wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me till at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me till at the end.
I'm telling you, bro.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here for another late night THFC rant, where all of the lovely people get to come on and rant and rave about our illustrious and glorious club. What a weekend. What a week. But before we get going, a few points of business I got to throw out here. One is that we do have a Patreon. And so if people want to support the show monetarily, this is a great option. We're going to be changing up the rewards for becoming a member here. Right now, the reward is obviously a shout out for every show, and also to for people at the $10 level to get a link to come on to channels that are on the shows that are YouTube is now available to the channel. So we do have a membership program here on the channel itself. And you guys are able to go ahead and hit that join button that you see there on the window next to the channel and join. We have 4 different levels. We have Williams Rangers at $3.99, which just gets you to be a part of the Williams Rangers crew. We also have Williams Celts for those people who despise the Rangers. And there are those who do. So if you don't like Rangers or what they stand for, we do have an option for you as well. We have a person backstage now who's a member of that crew. Your boy Genty, I love him. And I made that specially for him because he said his grandfather would be rolling in his grave if he became a Ranger. So we've got that $9.99. That gets you into to become a captain of either Williams Rangers or Williams Celts. And at the $9.99 position, what you get special there is you get a 10% discount at the store. If people don't know, we have a merchandise store. So for $10 a month, you get 10% off everything at the store. So if you buy shirts or do whatever, you're getting your money back. And then we also have what we call the 4-star generals. And the 4-star generals is at $19.99. And they have extra special benefits there as well. You guys can check those out in the member section of the channel. And at the $19.99 points, you get 20% off. All merchandise at THFCRants.com. We want to add other things to those programs. So if you have any ideas, throw them down below. You get sweet emojis and all kinds of fun stuff. There's one of my beautiful mug. There's one of Cody in his cup. And then a bunch of other fun ones. You have the moon boots emoji. You have Dr. Levy. And a bunch of other fun stuff. So make sure to check those out if you want to help support the channel. All of those things help not just this or me or this channel, but also the other creators on the channel who do shows on here. Everybody who hosts the show here gets a cut of what you guys do. So you're not supporting just myself, but all of us as a whole. So make sure to do that if you can. If not, really cool. Because we will always have this show. The show will always be free for everyone to come on and have their thing, whether you're a member or not a member. So make sure you go ahead and check those out if you want. I think we have 2 members now. We have 1 captain and 1 Celt. So thank you to those people who have done that. And also thank you to our Patreons who will be getting extra special discounts that I'm working on now because they were here first. They were here before we could monetize or get members on the channel. And so we want to make their contribution even more special and becoming a member on the page. So if you want to check out patreon.com instead, feel free to do that. But without delay, let's bring on our guests if they're ready to jump on. First, we have your favorite Scott and mine, Mr. Genty at You Tell Me Football Podcast is here with us tonight.
Of course. As always, mate. I just seem to be just sulking around these parts.
Yeah, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, dude. What are you doing? You guys are crazy?
Yeah. Oh, well, I was talking to Danny and Stell. We thought we might as well just bring the conversation in here with you, man. It'd be much funner.
That'll be a work. And speaking of him, he's one of my favorite members of Tottenham Away. I don't know why, and I don't know if he'll agree, but I think of it as our brother channel. Stelios, what's going on, man?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm on the Will Stewart show. Will Stewart likes to rap, but he's just like Levy. Fucking crap.
That's a good one. Good one. Good one. We got the beat for you now. There you go. And the bun stepped out for a minute. I'll throw him on here and just leave him muted. But he is there. He stepped out for a second. But guys, I forgot. I need to throw the link in the chat for other people in the audience to come on and join us here. But before they get rolling on in here, what have you guys been doing for the day? Cody Mack says you're our sister channel, not our brother channel, by the way.
Oh.
So, yeah.
No. You're our adopted sister channel.
Adopted sister channel. Sounds like a good idea.
Listen, Cody Mack, don't ever forget who took you off the streets when nobody believed in you, okay?
And Lee says, what time is it where you guys live? Where I live right now, it is 9:17 in the PM. For those guys over there, I believe it's 3:05 in the AM.
2:17 I've got here.
Oh, so 2:17.
Yeah, 2:17. 2:17.
Oh, that's right. I started early today. I forgot. Normally when it's 10, it's 3. I can't do math. But folks, I have thrown the link in the chat. So for our regulars who aren't in any of the groups that I've already thrown in there, man, Cody's slinging arrows. Where are you at anyway, Cody? He's trying to get the kids to go to bed so he can come on. But he's throwing out the fact that we have like 2 subscribers more than you.
I've come here to steal them. I'm here to steal
them. Steal them. Give them to. You can have them. No, I'm kidding. We love all of our subscribers and Patreon members and all those kinds of fun people. Matt Hayes is a member, and he's got the little member logo there next to his name. I want to see if it should be my face next to his name now in the actual chat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let me look, because that's for the new members. You get to your face, my beautiful mug next to your name. In StreamYard, it just shows the channel membership. It doesn't actually show the special character. I got to slide over here to see that and pop that shot out. Yeah, there it is. Matty Hayes Tottenham blog with my beautiful face sitting right next to him. And he says, Matty Hayes, 2 of the best channels on YouTube. I can't talk to him for some reason. I feel like I'm out of breath. I was working in the yard today. And even at 7 o'clock at night, once the sun was starting to go down, it's pretty hot. But unlike you guys, I have air conditioning, in my house, central air.
You're ginger as well, though, so you're risking your life going out there, mate, in that sun.
Well, I'm actually trans ginger, so.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I'm only half ginger myself, as you can tell from my red face right now. It's roasting in my head.
Yeah, my beard is ginger, but my other parts aren't. And BJ for Spurs next manager. No, my cousin's an idiot. I don't know why you guys give him as much praise as you do. But he probably do better jobs than. Well, no, he probably wouldn't. He's kind of an idiot. But who else is here? You guys are quiet now. You guys tired or something? What's going on?
All right. I've just stopped watching the football, man. Did you watch it?
We spoke about pretty much.
Oh, still.
You guys talked yourselves out of things to say, huh? Eugene's waking up, doing stretches in the morning.
Yeah.
You have a good sleep?
Yes, quite a good sleep. Good evening, everyone. And
we're just at a point of where no matter who
nothing else to say.
Bring in, nothing will make us happy now.
Yeah.
Nothing will make you happy? What about the reports that Nuno is now leading the charge?
In terms of who?
Nuno.
Who's leading the charge?
Espirito Santo.
Oh, guys, just hold on. Just would like
he's
to.
never-
It's still Saturday on your side, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's Father's Day on our. Yeah, Father's Day today. So just would like to wish all those fans out there happy Father's Day who's in Asia and who's celebrating Father's Day today. Yeah.
It's Father's Day.
Yeah. Just to remind all of you.
You celebrate that as well out there.
You celebrate
you
Father's
celebrate
Day
Father's Day?
in Malaysia?
Yeah, we celebrate Father's Day on the third weekend of in June or something. But there's not much celebration. We're all in lockdown here, so yeah. So we're all celebrating Father's Day at home alone.
Oh.
Because in Korea they don't celebrate Father's Day like we do. They have Parents' Day, which is on a completely different day. They don't have like an individual Mother's and Father's Day like they do here in the States or in the UK. It's more of a
Two separate things, isn't it?
yeah, it's combined and it's in a
Parents'
different
Day.
month. Yeah, Parents' Day.
Parents.
They have
We
Kids
do have
Day.
Parents' Day here too. Yeah.
They have Parents' Day and Father's and Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Point that. That's like a double whammy, isn't it?
That's big. That's big parent. You know, getting extra.
I think
celebrations.
it's all become commercialized. You know, when it's Father's Day or Mother's Day, so everybody goes out and bring your parents out for dinner. So, Asia.
On Parents' Day in Korea, you're supposed to give them a flower. There's a specific type of flower that you can see. Like they'll sell them like all the subway stations, and they have Orani now, which is like Kids' Day. That's when they get presents.
I thought that's Christmas.
Kids' Day. Well, Kids' Day is actually kind of bigger than Christmas in Korea. So Christmas, they do celebrate Christmas, but it's Christmas in Korea is more for like couples than it is for like kids. Like you go out on Christmas Eve and you have dinner with your boyfriend, and then kids will get presents, but it'll be like one or two. It's not like that big of a deal. Because in Korea, it's like New Year's is the bigger holiday. Families come from all over the place, like it is in China. Family comes from all over the place, and they have they hand out money or whatever. So you get the little envelopes from your grandma.
That's Chinese New Year for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yebbity yebbers.
And you just watch the football today?
I watched 2 of them. I fell asleep during the Portugal-Germany game.
I saw a penalty.
That's the wrong.
I saw 2 saves and a penalty. And that's all I saw today. Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Okay.
I was just relaxing and chilling this evening. And I suddenly thought to myself, you know what? Let me just jump on here, quickly say hi to everyone. What a weekend. Football's been all right. It's been entertaining. But any of you guys got any wiser in terms of how we're feeling in terms of what's going on with our club, or have we just left it behind now?
It's been quiet shows for the start off. Normally, the beginning is where it's the fiery part, and it's not till hour 2 that things tend to
I think
wind down.
It sums up the mood, though, doesn't it? We're just so
Somber, very somber.
so over it, though.
It makes for poor ratings, though, guys. It makes for poor ratings.
I'm fucking angry. Sorry,
There you go.
No, we'll have 10 minutes for it. There you go.
There you go. 0-0. You should be a little bit happy. Scotland came 0-0.
Oh, it was great, mate. Thank God, by the way, my this is quite Scottish. My neighbour used to be a bagpipe player, and because they're bagpipe players, when they get to their early age, their late age, can't hear a damn thing because the bagpipe just ruins your hearing. So, like, you're lucky. I could swear that loud at 2:30 in the morning.
Bagpipes at 2 in the morning.
That close that you can hear each other yell, huh?
Oh yeah, mate. It was just like I live in like a little flat, so it's like a 1 level flat. So I can hear his TV in the morning because he has to have it that loud. But I don't complain because I shout at this time in the morning. It's a nice system we've got going on.
That works. That works.
Mm-hmm.
Scratching each other's backs. Yeah, but apparently Nuno's the new front runner.
Hooray! Someone get on with it.
Again.
But isn't he supposed to have gone to Everton? What happened there? The love affair fell apart. I mean, he turned down Palace, I think. Yeah, he turned down Palace abruptly, and then so he had word that he was going to be sworn in at Everton, and nothing's happened. He's not been in the news, and now he's resurfaced to Tottenham. Something very fishy going on there. Very fishy going on there. I don't know. Like Levy said, unless I tell you, it doesn't exist. There you go. He didn't say the sun came up, so that never came up. Just imagination.
Valverde's up there with him as well.
Yeah.
Valverde.
I mean, that guy, medically speaking, he's sound to handle
Ragnick.
Levy.
Ragnick.
Again, Ragnick.
Yeah.
Someone who hasn't coached for 10 years. Really, really good pedigree. I think that's perfect for us, right? I mean, Ryan never coached before.
Yeah.
I think I think this is all doom and gloom stuff. It's like really terrible. I don't really want to entertain it. I think the football season has finished. We've got new season coming up. There's nothing happening in between. Nothing has happened in between. There's been a whole lot of talk and speculation, and that's it. Smoke and mirrors. Nothing. Has anything happened? Have we got? Oh, we got Patrici coming in. Right, who starts on the 1st. But apparently everything's his fault, just like everything's Kane's fault in England right now. But hey, that's how it works. Levy has another little shield, whether it's on his shin, or his arm, or his bald head. But I don't want to do Stelios's job, but where's he got to? It's popped out for a little bit. But no,
he was going to try. He was roboting a little bit, and he said he was going to try to come back, but he hasn't come back in. So maybe he just decided to go to bed or something. I don't know.
I just want to know whether or not there's any more people left out there which can be completely without having any doubt whatsoever that the way that the club is run is not very good. So I think that side of the things for us has moved since the beginning of summer. In terms of us pushing for change, that's definitely something that's got to be in the right direction, correct? For more of the fan base to suddenly start seeing the things that we see, in order for them to affect some sort of change. The announcements get made that us as fans, we don't have any power or anything like that. It's all an illusion. We don't really have anything. Look, the protests, only 50 people, 500 people turned up. But reality is that, we do have influence. We make a lot of noise. It does go around eventually. And I think Twitter and YouTube and platforms like that are giving us a voice and allowing us to connect together. That's the best thing I've seen so far in the last season.
Yeah, I mean, we have a voice, but we have to be willing to use it. See, and that's the problem, right? I have lost all faith in the Spurs fan base to join hands in order to try to make the club a better place, because there's just too many people. You would think that the ESL would be enough to get people on board with the Levy get out of our club movement, and it's done nothing.
No, I think everybody knows about ENIC out, right?
They know about it. They're not a part of it. What I'm saying.
No, but the thing is, if you went back like a year and a bit, like that wasn't even commonly spoken about, ENIC out. Now at least it is. People now know about ENIC out, and they know that it really is a thing, whereas before it wasn't. So in 1 year's time, things have changed that much. And for me, that shows, at least I'm getting a little bit glad on that. When we first started this protest stuff, I became really disillusioned that there was hardly anything that could affect change. Lookman turned around and said, we're a minority. And today, I don't feel that we're such a minority, because now even the media are sounding out Levy. Now people are writing articles and saying, even Alistair Gold is starting to say a little bit more rough things about Levy. So I think that's a little bit of a change.
Piss off, Cody.
Hi, Bobby.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
So you went to bed, mate?
No, I was going to. Then I saw Will's very smiley face, and I thought, how can I go to sleep without saying hello to him?
Oh, that's fair.
So kind of you, Bobby. He's got to sleep with me in his ears. He doesn't get a good night's sleep if I'm not streaming in late night.
That's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. I just want to I just want to make sure that the fan base. This is my mission now. Between now and whenever it happens, that the NFL games are a massive opportunity for us Spurs fans to go down and make a statement of the protest and make our voices heard and make sure fuck off make sure our voice are heard, because from the guest who was on last night has made it pretty evident that any form of bad reputation, a lack of revenue taken in and around the NFL games could have a really big effect on Levy, and that's what we fucking want. So we need to do something about it. Everyone, I know Mr. K, you'll turn out, and I know the bun. It's a bit quiet. Is he all right? Is he
Yeah, he said he's going to step out for a bit, so I just threw him in there. So when he comes back, he's ready to go.
Right, okay. Yeah, we the protests have been disappointing so far. In fact, pretty close to non-existent. But I think the NFL, there's a lot more enicoutas now than what there was the first time around, and I just hope if we make the point of how important these protests could be.
Cody drunk already?
I know.
What
the
were you doing in the backstage? What are you guys doing in the backstage over on your channel, Bob? You got Cody all kinds of riled up.
Yeah, we were hitting the beers, to be fair.
Hello, Danny.
How's everyone doing?
Danny sorted those dildos out.
Yep. So, no, the dildo's still in the box, Bob. Still in the box. I've got a special one for you, though. I've got a special one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my days. The conversation's carried on from the last stream.
That's it.
Bob's giving it to Danny. Danny's saying, I'm not taking it.
That's it. I did half. Will, you'll be proud, mate. I did half the stream with my pants.
I never wear pants in a stream.
There you go. No. Underwear.
Yeah.
I just had my pink shirt on and my Y fronts. I did half the stream, but I couldn't hold it. Fuck, it was getting cold, mate. So I had to come off. Sorry, guys. You guys carry on. I'm gonna put some trousers on. Yeah, my legs were fucking freezing.
Yeah, we could see it, man. When he got up, and he forgot he was on. You know, we could see it was cold.
Okay.
Why the camera's always up here, you know?
It was
like that time when Will pissed in the bottle on camera. I mean,
The cup.
in the cup.
In the cup. Yeah. I've still got that video. Still trying to work out what the fuck happened.
My camera's up here, so when I put things on my desk, it looks like I'm going down.
Yeah.
Really out.
Yeah. Danny, I was just saying about the protest that we should be aiming for the NFL, mate, because
100%.
that's going to make a big impact, and that's what let's be honest. The only reason why we want to protest is so it affects Levy.
Yeah.
And I think protesting then is going to make really. I think we really need to push it, mate. We really need to push it.
We have to.
Guys, I was wondering if I could possibly ask you for a favor if you're going to turn up.
No.
I've asked a lot of people behind the scenes to wear a clown mask of Levy. And a lot of people have agreed with me. I've got quite a few people behind the scenes that have agreed to wear this mask. So I was wondering if any more people wanted to do that, because I think one person wearing a mask speaks out for 10 people from a crowd. So
you want to provide the masks, mate, because they all need to be identical, don't they? So if you want to provide a few masks, or even if they're just paper masks, but they're all identical, I think that will make a massive impact. I don't think Danny will need one because he's a clown anyway.
Exactly. I definitely don't need one.
No.
I think it involves the crowd as well. I think people can just put it on and become the character they want to be.
What do you think the effects would be for us to stop an NFL game? How would the ripples follow all the way to over the pond, mate? Would it make a massive impact?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. They wanted that market pretty hard, so if they leave Tottenham, they'll just go somewhere else.
Are we trying to really stop it from occurring, or we just protesting outside it for people to know about it?
In ideal world, it's come to the point now, mate. I mean, I was umming and ahhing, and it's not the NFL consumers' fault that they should suffer if they've come down to see an NFL game. They should go, but I think it's come to a point where enough is enough. In my eyes, people don't want to agree with it. People think it's a bit too far. Then it's what is everyone's fucking problem?
That's me.
On you, man.
That's me.
What did you do? What did you do to him in that last stream, Bob?
But it's I just think it's come to a point where we have to make the biggest impact possible on even if it's just one protest. So yeah, in an ideal world, Mr. K, we'll want to fucking stop it. We want something to happen where we stop that game from be it I don't know, forming a border of some sort, or stopping the coach from coming in. Non-violence, of course, but I just think we just need to make a massive statement. It's come to the point now we have to go further in the most sensible social distancing. Everything's in place, but we have to do something. Something needs to be done. We need to make, because he doesn't realise. I don't think he realises what he's doing. There's something wrong up there, and
it's 100%.
I think the only way we're going to do it is by stopping the NFL game from going ahead. I really mean that.
I'm not 100% convinced on that. To tell you the truth, because I think to myself, it's an NFL game. It's not a Spurs Football Club game.
No,
that's the difference.
I think what we're trying to say is that it affects the sponsorships and the things like that, because if you get bad publicity when around NFL and it's branded with in the media with NFL and for example protests and this and that, it doesn't look good on the NFL as a brand. So that essentially affects Daniel Levy, because then it makes his job more difficult. Because he's got the deals with the NFL and stuff like that.
Look, the thing is, we're trying to get some attention. We're trying to get attention, right?
Yep, I want everyone to go and do it, though. Go protest the NFL and do it. But me being here, right? I was very excited. I had high expectations for the other two that were planned, and it let me down.
Yeah,
and it let me down in a way that really made me become very cynical about the fan base that I never was before.
Yeah.
And so I can't get my hopes up anymore.
Do you know
but
what
I want you to go do it.
Do you know what it is? Cody made a brilliant point. Like, I was trying to explain it, and Cody kind of summed it up.
Fuck Cody. Fuck Cody.
Do you know what, right?
He agrees with you, Bob.
Oh shit! I'll take it back.
Is that Bob's
makeup now?
Was that Bob's Spur?
It's
Yeah,
Bob.
He went to bed 4 times.
Yeah. I told you I had to dodgy come up to keep on getting up for Dyers.
Do you know what it is, Will? There's too many superficial fans. There's too many superficial Tottenham fans. Like, people who just don't care enough to do anything about what's going on. I think that's the problem.
Cody's
guys,
Just
my
get on
question
here,
is,
Cody.
how many fans do you think you need to actually have an effect over there to stop the game? That's the numbers you have to look at. Yeah,
half the fan base at least.
We need a lot more than what who turned up when me and Stel and Danny went and Mr. K went.
We're probably a section.
Need a lot more.
We're probably like half a section of block 341 or something like that in the stadium.
About 10,000 fans should do it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm fully aware. By me saying this, there's going to be people out there who think it's a bit vigilante-esque and a bit wrong. The fact we should be going out, but I don't see how else. And Mr. K, I know what you're saying, that you don't agree with it. I'll tell you what. If NFL walked away from Tottenham Hotspur, Levy's cock would fall off. That's how fucking disappointed he would be. He would not like it whatsoever.
That would really stink our stadium. Trust me, that would really stink our stadium. It's worse than the teams. If we get relegated, it's not as bad. Because the NFL, that contract we got for building that stadium, we ain't paid for it, right? Yeah. And the only way we can is for NFL. That's the only way.
Exactly.
Hurting Levy that way, we're inadvertently hurting ourselves in a very
NFL.
very bad way.
NFL.
That's the point, Mr. K.
Exactly.
Point.
It's the whole point of it, because the only way things are going to change is if he realizes what he's actually doing to the club is actually fucking us up as fans, because
If
he
he
doesn't give
goes,
a
we stop. That's how it works.
Exactly. He doesn't
How
give a
protests
shit.
work.
So
Yeah, he doesn't
If
give
we
a
don't
shit.
hurt him, what's the point?
Mr. K, say that again. If we hurt,
Look, what I'm saying to you, right, is that trying to get attention to a cause, trying to get him to lift his fingers off it, right, and trying to give power over to something else is one thing. But to jeopardize the actual club itself, say, for example, the club might go down. It's got the biggest debt in Europe. Crying out loud. Do we not understand what levies put us into? That we cannot afford for the club to go under.
Look, that's not how it works.
Some people
Mr.
say
K.
that
It's not
it's
going to
so
go
big.
under. It's not going to go
They
under.
say so big,
It's impossible now. Let me tell you how it works. Okay,
It won't
it
go
is
under.
impossible now.
Look at
because
Newcastle.
the debt-
Look at their
hold
club.
on one second. Let me explain it. Because if we go under now, it's impossible for us to go under now, because we have all of the money is in assets.
That's
Right,
it.
that's where all the debt's in is in assets. So if they default on their loan, right, if they declare bankruptcy, what happens is somebody gets to come in and buy those assets for pennies on the pound.
Repossess them.
It doesn't go away. It's impossible for it to go away. It just means the owners get the boot, right? Because the debt isn't in. It's not like we've borrowed money on nothing, right? We've borrowed money on properties, so the properties still exist. They're not going to come in with cranes and demolish Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That doesn't happen for not paying the bill. What happens is ENIC has to declare bankruptcy because they can't pay back the loan. Somebody else comes in and buys the club for half or a quarter of its value.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It's a major devaluation.
It can't go under forever.
I'll tell you two things that will happen. Number one, the UK government would not allow a Premier League club of our size to completely collapse because of the damage it would do to the area.
And the economics.
And number two, if we do declare bankruptcy, you automatically will get penalised points by the Premier League, which probably means we will get relegated off the back of that.
And we got
big
up, Ken.
To 36 points.
Thank you, Ken.
Big up, Ken.
He says up Spurs Will on the panel. So
Yes,
thanks for staying up late with us, Kim.
What's knock 20? What's knock, mate?
Guys, don't you think
currency's
though,
up?
Norwegian, isn't it?
Norway?
Of course.
Norwegian.
Don't you think, right, that the whole plan is to create as much mayhem in terms of disrupting the NFL games, disrupting the matches, so that Levy's position becomes untenable to the point where he has to step down because the board of directors will say, Daniel, you need to step. That's the point. You don't want to crash the club. You just want to take it to the point of where Levy is forced to step down from his role.
The last words.
Hold on, guys. There's a big difference between having so many people that you're forced to be standing in the road and you're stopping traffic, as opposed to having not enough people and all of you guys standing in front of the traffic. That's a very different thing altogether. I can understand it's a traffic stop because there's so many people. Like in Chelsea, for example, when you saw the overhead, you saw that how many people stood around in one area. It covered the roads, the pavements, and everything, right? And that's how they stopped the traffic, because there's enough numbers. If we get that type of numbers, yeah, sure, we can stop traffic. But the problem is this, is the NFL crowd, they're not Spurs crowd. So how are they going to react to the situation?
Yeah,
the idea is to get their attention.
The
idea is to get their attention so they know what's going on.
It's the media's attention we want. It's the media.
Yeah.
It's the American
That's right.
media.
The media, that's the idea, is to have numbers in there and constantly be at it in order for the media to know that we're still there. And if the numbers are big enough, then the media will really start to pay attention to it.
It won't be though. It'll be if we go there and protest and there's no effect on anything else, it will be to the NFL people who've gone out to watch the NFL game. It will be, oh yeah, do you remember that NFL game we went to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Oh, do you remember those guys shouting? That was it. That's the effect. That's the only effect it's going to have. There's something else needs to happen, and I'm not condoning any form of violence. I'm not saying we should go out there and smash things up because that's what dickheads do. But something needs to happen now. The way Levy has treated us, the way Levy has treated our players, the way Levy has treated our fucking football club. There is absolutely no way this scum should be getting away with it and thinking it's all fucking hunky-dory and there's no repercussions. It's bullshit. It's happened too many times for too long, and something needs to happen. Doing it via social media, whatever, hasn't fucking worked. Something needs to happen. And for me,
Bobby, that's the point, though. That's my point. Is that in order for it to happen, it has to be enough fans. If we're a minority, like a really small minority, why should we impose ourselves upon other people that don't agree with us? We need to get them on board.
If I go there, and I don't know what the other guys think, but if I go there after and we're building up from now, this is my mission. From now, I'm building up all the way till the fucking NFL. If I go there and there's only a small number, I'm gonna turn around, wash my hands, and say, you know what, it's dead. It's all dead to me, because it will just condemn what I fear right now, and what and going from
no, but don't be like that. Don't be like that. I think it's build up. I think it's a build up to the first game of the next season. We're building up to that game. We're building up to the stadium being open to fans. We're building up. This is not going to happen overnight. Trust me.
Do you know what I think?
You're going to see on the 30th. You're going to see on the 30th real protesters. There's going to be more of us than before.
Guys, do you know what I think will decide it? How the transfer window closes end of August. Who goes out? Who comes in? That will decide which way the fans decide to finally go. I think all fans will make a final decision come transfer window. Because if we have a good window, it's going to be difficult. If you have a bad window and Kane leaves and Son goes, you're going to have a mass revolt.
Yeah.
Still, we had a good window last year, mate. You know, we were all saying it's probably the best window we've had for God knows how long.
It's because we didn't buy any players for the 2 years before that.
Yeah.
But you not think, though...
And every fan knows we need a major rebuild. So if there's not the beginnings of a major rebuild, I think fans are going to flip. They're going to flip.
Still, you're not worried, though, about the... I hate to take away from purely Spurs, but, like, you've got to talk about the world that we're in. And there's talk about this rise of a third wave, apparently, of COVID. So do you think we're actually going to have a full stadium potentially come new season?
Potentially not. Yeah, potentially not.
Problem is, right?
You have the full stadium.
That's what's saving them at the moment, isn't it? It's saving them at the moment.
On this third wave thing, I mean, there'll be a third wave, a fourth wave, a fifth wave. How many times are they going to stop the world from moving on? If they're going to keep, we're going to be in prison and locked down for the rest of our lives if they keep doing the way the government, especially in the UK, are running things. They cannot keep.
We'll put that comment on, please, mate. Put that one. That previous one. No, before then. That's it. This one. Before current owners, a few years ago, possess not support. So, did something happen then? They protest, or as a fellow American sport, looks like, right, the situation with regards to the lack of investment, etc. Right, I thought you were saying something about the potential protests.
Did you have a shave, Cody?
No, he's got a Muppet on.
Cody's got a shave. Yeah, he shaved.
Cody without his glasses looks
took
so
10
different.
years off you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm the next manager of Tottenham Hotspur. I'm Ralph Frognick.
What did you guys do to Cody backstage? He's lost the plot.
Ralph.
Honestly, it's the dumbest looking frog I could find.
That is a dumb frog.
Ralph.
It is a derpy looking frog, man.
That is our new manager. Cody, can you post a picture of that on Twitter and saying I found the new manager?
See, Bobby,
he's already a wee scouting for players. That's him.
in the protest. We need.
I found a cheaper version.
Piss off, Cody.
We love Cody here, mate.
Mate. They sold her enough. Oh, right. Okay, so something worked. Interesting, Todd. Interesting, mate. Interesting. J27 is a player, but he's always talking. J27 was on my stream, and he was just perverse. But it's good Comment there. Comment
More,
there.
more perverse
Just like
than
you
you,
then, Bob.
Yeah.
Not a pervert.
Guys,
like
with that,
Bob.
I'm going to make a move. I'm going to call it a night.
Somebody's
Sorry, I've
going
got a
pretty
show
good.
tomorrow, so I've got a lot to do. So, guys,
Okay.
you have a good night. And if everyone
Don't
is
end the
watching,
stream, Mr.
would you
K.
please
Just close out your window.
No. I won't do that. I won't do that. No K'ing tonight. But everyone viewing, please like and subscribe to this channel because it really does give everyone opportunities to air their piece. It gives you an opportunity to see things going on from our perspective, from the fans' perspective. And if you have an opportunity and you're in the southeast of England, come to the protest for the NFL game. You know, just show up. You don't have to jump in front of buses or something like that, but you can just turn up with numbers and it would really help. If there's enough numbers there, we might block something and we might get some movement. But thank you very much, guys. You have a wonderful night, okay? All the best.
All the best.
Take care, Mr. K.
Cheers.
Mr. K's goodbyes are the fucking longest. I'll tell you. Fucking
That's
go,
a short
bro.
one. That's
I
a
told
short
you,
one.
it's like Anthony Robbins NLP life coaching sessions.
It's like you on your streams, Bob. Today you're like,
I know.
yeah, well, come on, David. We're only going to be going for another 10 or 25 minutes. And I literally mowed the lawn, did laundry, and you guys still went another 35 minutes after that.
Yeah. You know that. You know, I'm in the Indian time, mate. Indian time.
It's because we were trying to decide what colour trousers Bob put on. She was half naked during the show, and also we wanted to understand where Danny, what part of Amazon's website Danny bought all his new dildos from that he had on his belt.
And Summers.
I already know. I'm the one that gave him suggestions on which ones to buy. So
He did. He did.
Yeah.
He did indeed.
American imports, fresh from
Fucking A.
Ohio.
Did you
Only the
get
best.
one?
American impulse made in China.
everything's made in China.
Yeah, that's why I say American impulse made in China.
Danny, did you get one where you replaced the bell end with Levy's head so he could fuck you
my
in other
God.
ways?
I did.
As
That's
well.
a Bob special. That one. That's the one I was talking about.
Danny
Fucking,
ordered
I've
It's
never,
protest.
I've never seen anal beads put boxed up like that, mate. Never. Never.
He's even got one that's got a blonde top, so it's like it's called the Phil Foden.
Danny ordered the Beijing lens.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck no.
The Shanghai shit stabbers.
Jesus.
Still, I said, Happy Father's Day is the day Daniel Levy's dad looks in the mirror and says, "Why didn't I pull out?"
But I always love this one because it's like it says, this is the beer that I'm drinking tonight, George Killian's Irish Red.
Yeah, man.
Have you
And then
drank
it
all
says at the bottom, it
Fonseca?
says product of the USA. So
What's Irish about it?
Be real.
I don't know.
Will, I thought
The
you had to
name.
drink the Fonsecas that you bought.
That's like soda water. It's not even alcoholic.
I've never heard of it until you mentioned it. I'm like, what's a Fresca?
Fresca.
Cody's favorite drink. He's gonna get mad now.
You know, Fresca is the Greek word for fresh one.
Is that right?
Fresh one.
Yeah, Fresca.
That's probably because it's like a grapefruit soda water.
Who found the meaning of Spurs and posted it? Was it yourself, Code?
No.
Said, or was it you, Will? It was something in the dictionary. Spurs.
Hotspur.
Hotspur. That's it. Hotspur. Yeah.
Yep.
What did it mean?
A rash and a
cream.
impetuous person.
Wicked.
Oh.
How ironic is that? How weird is that?
So
And then- and
after a rash.
Yeah. And Tottenham actually means cunt, which is ironic as well. Which is ironic as well.
Does it really or no?
Something that means
No,
big
no.
Chinese
This is
dildos.
made up.
I just got an email saying that this video has been demonetized. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bob Spur. We're on the road to 500 subs
cut it
for
out,
Bob
dude.
Spur. Let's get Bobby back down to 500 subs.
Yeah.
You're going to get that
You know.
email tomorrow from YouTube saying, we would like to remind you the codes of conduct when operating YouTube channel.
I'll just cut it out tomorrow if I get
You'll
a hit.
never sing that.
No, I guess the first time it's been said on this channel. You do have a little member of your channel over there that likes to fling that word out quite frequently when it's pointed at a certain individual.
Good old Daigle. Good old Daigle.
I don't know who that is. Maybe it's
I know.
You are watching and or
that's not
listening
it.
to the Bald and Bearded Tottenham Boys show. We are streaming live from YouTube.
Shut up.
We are also on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, Spotify,
one
Apple
job.
iTunes, and all the others.
I know.
So
I
make sure to
forgot
stay
that I
tuned.
changed
The
the
video
thing.
starts soon.
Fucking hell, mate. Someone likes the sound of their own fucking voice.
My commercial for the podcast.
think-
We have oh, for people that don't know, you just heard the commercial for the podcast. So we do actually have.
Again. Press it again.
I'm not going to press it again.
quite
It's too
hear it.
long.
No,
And this
press
one's
it
not
again.
getting up,
We all loved it so much.
and this one's not going on up on Spotify, but we do have a Spotify, and you can find it
Listening
on
to that
Apple
was like having a
Podcasts.
nice glass of Fresca. So please.
Well,
Play it again.
I think you need to have that same thing you just did, that advert, but you need to have a version for Mr. K when he does his goodbye. So you need to automate his goodbye. You're listening to a Mr. K goodbye. Mr. K wishes you all the.
That's the one there.
Daniel Levy, if you are watching, you're a bald-headed.
That's it. No, it's
So
crazy shit.
Okay, I forgot that I started the stream early. I forgot that I started the stream early. Otherwise, I was going to give you a
shit.
hard time for being up late. And also, too, I watched your FIFA video, and you said too many bad words during the FIFA video.
I watched that as well. I'm very disappointed. Oh, by the way, you kid, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you too.
And what
Is that it?
Father already as well.
The secret's out.
Oh, what have you been doing, mate?
No, but
I've got one in every. I got one in every continent.
So we've got the skid
Bob's
spur
got
and the
hose. Bob's got hose. In different area codes.
My feet
Area
have been sewn.
code.
Daniel, what I always tell my boys is hearing bad words is one thing, saying bad words is another. Right? It's okay to hear them. It's not okay to say them.
When I play FIFA, it's so mad.
Can't fucking swear. Very fucking disappointed you can't. No, I can't say that.
Wow, 100% you're getting an email from you.
I know.
I know on the stream.
A lot of emails from YouTube.
Oh my god, those beers and pills are wrong,
I'm
man.
upgrading your Patreon membership up another $5.
Oh, sorry, mate.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good. We've got Bob
Does your
Spurs.
dad watch the streams?
Well, sometimes. Sometimes I see him.
Is that watch the
He must be so proud of us.
Good kids, Dad. If you are watching and you need Bob's contact information, hit me up.
We'll give it to you,
Emails
don't
on
worry.
the channel.
Fucking hell.
Just look for the skid man on
Got
Twitter.
the American social services on me.
You don't want them on you, man. They'll take your kids from you.
Fuck that.
No, I funny story. This is not. You bring that up, but this is not even a joke. Christmas time. I want to say 2016. We had just moved to the U.S. like a year before from Korea, and we had for the Christmas break. My dad and stepmom got a condo. Do you know what condos are? Do you have condos in the UK?
Yeah, we speak English.
Which, yeah.
I don't know. You guys don't have land like
We
do,
invented
where
the
you have
language.
Do you have
giant
little houses?
condominium departments for vacation houses,
Do you
like
have
these
roads
big
with
resorts?
cars?
Hey,
I never know.
Hey.
We have something called a
This
television.
one
Have you heard of
says
that?
Jose Mourinho, so let's not get carried away with the English language invention here, okay? It's
Yeah,
Jose.
you drive on the wrong side of the road. Your outlets are weird. I mean, who puts switches on their outlets?
Listen, it's tomato, not tomato.
Potato.
Potato.
But anyway, so he has timeshares, and so he had two different condos. And my son was running. It was nighttime, and we were going because there were the young kids, like the baby cousins of his, were sleeping in one condo. Everybody went to the other one to kind of have a later night conversation and not wake up the little ones. So he goes running in between the two condos, and there was this metal pole for a handrail on the fence, and he ran smack into it. I mean, just face first, boom, clothesline, and fell backwards, right? So he got a little bit of a black eye. Gets back from Christmas break, goes to school, and the teacher asked him how he got a black eye, and he said, I ran into a pole. Well, that sounds like the excuse that kids give when their dads beat them, right? And I'm no lie, 4 or 5 months later, I get a card stuck into my door from the sheriff's department and social services, and I had to go do an interview and all kinds of stuff because they thought I was beating my kid. I was like, no, he literally ran into a pole. So the people here, no joke, man. You leave your kid in the car while you go into the store, might as well count them gone. You want to get rid of your kids? Leave your kid in the car while you go into Walmart for 25 minutes and see what happens.
Walmart? What's Walmart? We don't have them here.
Tesco.
No, I'm joking.
Tesco. I think in your guys' area it's called like Aeon or something like that, right?
Walmart is where Americans go to buy Fresca.
Oh, right, okay.
They have Walmarts in Canada as well.
Yeah.
We have Sainsbury's and Tesco's and Asda.
Yeah.
Morrison's.
If you've got a Morrison's, if you've got money, you go to Marks and Spencer's or Waitrose for premium products.
And if you're Bob, you go to Aldi.
Spencer's in America is where you go to get the things that are in the box behind Danny on his bed.
That's it. And ironically, we have a shop called Boots, who actually don't sell boots.
Boots is a pharmacy.
Yes, pharmacy. Yeah,
I remember Boots. Yeah, I was in UK then. Yeah. It's a pharmacy.
Superdrug as well, which
there's this chain of pharmacies in America that are the best ever. They do these heat patches for your back that you can't buy in the UK. They're like, whenever I go to America, I always go into the pharmacy and I buy like $50 worth of heat patches because you can't get that product in the UK. It's a specific company.
You get heat patches?
Nah. This pharmacy in America, they've got their
Walgreens?
brand.
Specific ones.
Right.
Okay.
What's it called again?
CVS. Walgreens. CVS, yeah.
Walgreens.
Wait there.
They're everywhere.
You can get them imported, surely. There's things.
I'll send you some.
You can get things imported nowadays.
I'm gonna go find them. 1 minute, I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, from what I can gather, from what I know, we can import shit in, can't we?
I don't know, with Brexit and everything, mate. It's all, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows the state of the club that we'd be right there talking about grocery stores and Tottenham Hotspur.
All right.
And child abuse.
Bad boys, man.
Calm down, mate.
Can you fucking tell him?
Yeah, CVS Health, yeah.
CVS.
You can't get these. You can't get these in the UK.
Oh my
Is it
God.
made? Is it
Still
made
trying
in
to get a
the
fucking
States?
sponsor for you at Tottenham away.
No, he's gonna get Will to send it to him.
Yeah.
I got like 6 CVS's within. You can drive 10 minutes in any direction to hit a CVS.
Yeah.
I know you've got them everywhere out there. They're so good. They're so much better than what we've got. I prefer CVS to Boots.
So there you go.
But
Because
that's
Boots
it.
is
Everything
owned
else
by
everything else
Walgreens,
is better
and
than
Walmart
America.
is owned by
No.
Walmart owned Asda.
I was being sarcastic. I know Walmart.
But yeah, we have a lot of Walgreens too. Walgreens is actually bigger than CVS. I tend to go to Walgreens more than CVS. I'm sure Walgreens has one. It may not be the exact same. They do different things, but I like Walgreens. Walgreens tends to have more different stuff.
Who said that? Who could that have been?
You know, when you guys come to the UK, what is going to be the most American or / Canadian thing you're going to miss?
Nothing.
Serious?
No, I'm serious. I lived in Korea for 13 years, man. I can be in a different culture would not miss things. In fact, I'm the kind of person when I go to another culture, I like to experience the exotic things. Like, you know, when I went to Canada, and you could buy like sporting goods at a tire store. It was amazing for me. I was like, this is awesome.
Exotic fish and chips.
He'll come to Scotland. Yeah, he'll come to Scotland and run with the haggis, you know.
I'm gonna go to Scotland. I'm gonna run around naked in the Highlands. I mean, that's my dream.
Exotic gridlock traffic.
How about you, Code?
So,
What?
running naked in the hills of Scotland. Danny with his sex toys on his bed. And Bob, who
kids
does
here,
YouTube shows
Sal.
without
Careful with the
trousers on.
boy word.
Yeah, there's a kid in the room.
Mate, you're the one who fucking brought up running around naked in
That's
Scotland.
different, though. That's obviously. I'm not talking about particular individual species. We can just say adult products. Adult products.
Or just avoid it. You know.
Do you know what I like about these Spurs channels? You never talk about Tottenham. I think it's great.
Exactly.
So Valverde and Nuno are favourites, joint favourites, 4-1 at the moment.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I like Nuno. I've been rating Nuno for a while. Everybody hated him.
Mate, I'm with you. I'm with you. Everyone took the piss out of me when I said that on my own stream. People take the piss out of me when I said Nuno.
Number one, he looks just like Stell, so it'll be like, you know, at least you get to see Stell every weekend on the side in the dugout. And then two, to be honest with you, I think he would be like, no, look, if I were to go out and pick anyone in the world, he wouldn't be my first choice, right? If I could say if I'm going to go grab you can have any manager you want who's managing right now. I'm not going to go grab Nuno Espirito Santo, but out of the available options now, I'd honestly take Nuno over Fonseca. Why? I know how Nuno plays. I know his style. I know his DNA. I know what he likes to do. I don't know anything about Fonseca.
What about Rafa Benitez?
I don't know anything about Benitez either. I don't really watch.
Yeah.
But when he was coaching in the Premier League, I wasn't even watching the Premier League then that much.
Yeah, but Levy's not going to be able to pull a manager like that. If he couldn't do Fonseca, what makes you think he's going to be able to do Nuno for Valverde?
Oh, Nuno.
I think Ben Holt's got it spot on in the comments. I think he kind of sums up the feeling.
Take anyone at this point, yeah.
He'll take anyone at this time point. Mate,
like Danny thinks
what's going to happen, though, isn't it?
Too pragmatic. I don't think he's pragmatic. I don't. At all. I don't think he's pragmatic.
You know, Ben Holt says he'll take anyone at this point except for Rafa. Does that mean he'll take Gareth Southgate?
Does that mean he'll take? Ryan Mason?
I won't take Gareth Southgate. I won't take Ryan Mason.
Martinez.
So basically, what the fans don't want is basically all the shit managers out there. So it's basically pretty much all of them. So we don't really care. So it's just like, who are we going to have then?
Nuno's not a shit manager. I don't think Nuno's a shit manager. How many other clubs have brought in Championship League sides all the way up into European football in their first 2 years in the league?
At the end of the day, though, if you're gonna
Leicester won the league in their first season, didn't they?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day,
who managed them then?
If you're not going to back the manager, then you could just leave Ryan Mason and it's not going to make a difference.
Guys, are we thinking Brendan Rodgers is a lost cause?
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Even if we offered him
look at the moves that Leicester are making in the transfer market. Tell me that Brendan Rodgers is going anywhere. Like they have a hierarchy, they have a direction, they have a mandate. And they have a happiness.
We're not careful.
It's not even close. We are not even close to their level of organization.
The way Leicester's moving right now, it's either going to be us or Arsenal who gets kicked out of the top 6 by them.
Let me just summarize it for you, Bob, to put that dream dead. Right when he was at Celtic, man. Right, was it Celtic? He won the treble, and he was about to win it 3 times in a row. The treble. And he left before the end of the third season.
That's what makes me think,
yeah. So he left, and then it said, the fans said you left, legacy for mediocrity because they thought, oh, what's he going to really do at Leicester, right?
Exactly.
But he left, why would he, if he's already just leaving stuff for the money and a setup, why would he leave that to come to Tottenham when it's on fire?
To come to mediocrity.
But he got back. He's getting back. Like he got money.
Look, if we can't give Fonseca an extra £2.5 million, I mean, we're talking £5 million a year. That's not a huge salary for a manager in the Premier League anyway, especially for a club in the top 6, supposedly a top 6 side. Even though we're 7th, but it's the first time we finished 7th in like 12 years, right? So Why would he go and give Brendan Rodgers more money than he's making to Leicester? That doesn't make any sense.
It's just sad, isn't it, that with the way we all feel, we settled for, in our eyes, a really not a shit manager, but an underwhelming manager, and someone who we weren't getting. So we settled for that. We actually were ready to welcome him into our club with open arms, and we couldn't even do that. We couldn't even get that over the line. We settled for second, third, eighth best. We settled for eighth best manager to come into our football club, and we said, you know what? Let's give him a go. Fuck it. We're getting a manager in. Let's give him a go. And he failed us in that as well. When I say Levy failed us in that as well. And I don't understand. And Stel's mentioned it earlier. I can't understand the mindset. How is this progress? How is it? Okay, put all the football to one
He's
side.
sabotaging his business.
Exactly. How is it helping his revenue? How is it affecting his? How is it improving his revenue? His popularity? Not his popularity. All the team's popularity. The football club's popularity. I don't understand the end game. The only end game I can understand is rather than Tottenham Hotspur Football Club supporting NFL games, I think the end game in my eyes is NFL supporting Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah,
I think that's what his end game is.
That's the difference between a good chairman and a great chairman. If he would have pulled through with those big moves, he'd be a great chairman. Right now, he's not even. At this point, I don't even think he's a good chairman. A good businessman. A good businessman. He could have been a great one.
No, he's not a good businessman. No, I've said that for a while.
Easy when you got the power. It's just about making choices, right? It's just about expanding the brand. It's about marketing. I mean, that's not the hard part about it.
You're paid to make choices.
Yeah, when you have money that you can spend in order to achieve those ideals. Look, why do you think rich people start companies and brands and they're successful right off the bat? It's because they have the money to make that happen, right? When you have the money to make something success, it's easy. It doesn't take skill or talent. It's just a matter about doing it. It's when you don't have. It's when you come up from nothing with nothing, and you make yourself a success. That means you're a good businessman. Or just doing something that just because you have cash, that doesn't mean.
What the hell is Cody Matt doing?
Yeah,
Guys,
Cody, you got answers.
It looks like a chimpanzee over there.
What the fuck is Matt Hayes doing up this time of night?
Is that Rain Man?
No, in the show, Matt Hayes.
Matt, come on, bruv. Come on.
Links pinned to the top. Just click it and go. So for all the folks too,
I have a theory.
1 hour has gone by, so it is time for commercials. So please do remember that we do have super chats available if you want to help support the channel and you want to make sure that we read your comment out. There's lots of comments coming through, and we're not getting all of them. If you have something that must be said, go ahead and hit that little $sign down at the bottom. Also, to join a membership, it would really appreciate it. Bob's a Patreon member. Genty is a part of Williams Celts, and Matt Hayes there. He is the captain. He's already a captain. Matty Hayes is a captain. So make sure you guys join Matty Hayes.
Captain?
And the biggest benefit of all is every time you comment, you can see my face next to your name. I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to pay for that?
Well, can I cancel my membership?
No.
Well, do you do refunds?
How does someone do a super chat on your channel?
You
click on the $sign in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Bottom right of what?
The chat.
In the chat thing.
Comments.
Oh,
it's like we have the pound sign, don't we?
Tap on it, and you can either do super sticker or super chat, and throw it in there, and you can pick how much you want to go all the way. I think it's like 99 cents for just a donation, all the way up to I think it's $1.99 is the minimum for making a comment, up to $200. I think is the maximum.
I think Matt's worried that if he comes on, he's going to ruin his reputation.
No, he's been on the show before. It's already ruined.
He's been on the silly juice.
Will, you know what killed it early on my stream?
No, he's a little. He's had a little bit to drink, but that's what the best time to come on this show. Everyone else here is drunk as well, man.
Except for me, I'm drunk on apple juice.
No, you're just
better
high.
Be drunk on apple juice.
Can I ask you a question? Was it organic?
Yeah.
Apple juice.
Mango. Organic.
Organic.
Really? Was it organic?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I have a theory here. Conspiracy theory, right?
Interesting.
Lewis wanted to sell his shares last year, correct? Levy got him to stop doing it and promised him something. And have you noticed this year, every step that Levy does, right, is like you're going against your own club. Everything that he's been doing out there, right? All this manager merry-go-round bullshit left, bullshit right, is making us angry as the fan base. We are coming up with plans to devalue the club, right? Okay, that's maybe Levy's step, right? To get Lewis to sell him the balance of his shares, right, at a cheaper price.
Thing is,
think about it.
I get it, right? But Eugene, one thing is, and I've said this about this conspiracy kind of like this, but not to sell Daniel Levy, because Daniel Levy, he can't afford to buy Spurs' share 50.
No, I mean that's why he can't buy it at what Lewis wants.
No, but what Lewis wants, he wanted a minimum of 500 million for 50% in it, which is his shares, just over 50%.
Yeah.
So the reports were last year that he wanted to sell his shares for 500 million. Levy's net worth is just over 300 million. He can't afford it.
He can't afford it himself. He can get financiers to come in to do it.
Potentially, but then you need an investor to do that. So then, but that means Levy would somehow have to work out a deal with the investor so that he's still controlling the club. So he's
or
controlling.
he can borrow the money, Danny.
But Danny, don't forget.
What, borrow £1 billion?
No, I mean all the borrowing aside and all that. He can go behind and get another group of guys, right? His friends to take over Lewis shares, but not at 500 million now. He's screwing up the club that bad. He can get it for 300. Maybe he's forcing Lewis' hand.
He'd borrow the
Why
money
did he go to Bahamas?
And put it against the stadium. He'll put it against the club. The cash flow will be the collateral.
Well, like a secured.
How can you borrow money against the club to buy the shares? How can you do that?
You can.
Of course you can. If you've got a contract in place to purchase the business, you will own the asset.
It's a back-to-back.
So you borrow the money against the asset.
I don't know how that would work.
No, you can.
There's
a way to work it out.
Danny, you borrow money.
In layman terms, no, I know what Danny's saying.
You borrow money to buy a house.
I get that. You could borrow on your mortgage, right? I get that.
You borrow money to buy a house. So you can borrow money to buy a business, because imagine the business is the house.
Yeah, but you can't borrow money from the business you're trying to buy. How can you do that? You can't.
You do, because when you borrow money against
you don't borrow money from the business you're going to buy. You're borrowing the money from a bank. You use the business that you're going to buy as the collateral.
Correct.
Understand, Danny?
Then I suppose. Then you've got the cash to do whatever you want. Yeah, I suppose it's like.
It's just like the refinancing of the 175
How do you
million
think the Glazers bought? How do you think the Glazers bought Man United?
Well, yeah, that's how the Glazers bought Man United. That's why all the Man United fans were in uproar. They didn't buy the club up.
Man United have got an £800 million debt because the Glazers borrowed the money to buy the club.
So then basically, rather than being £1 billion in debt, will be nearly $1.5 to £2 billion in debt.
Yeah,
if that was happened.
And interest, right. Of course.
Okay, so that's what Levy wants to do. Then he wants to put us in even further debt if he's going to take over the club. That to me doesn't make sense from a business point of view.
Why?
It does if he's jumping ship.
If you're making 400 million a year, but you've got to pay £20 million back a year to pay off the debt, what do you care?
I'm just getting over the fact. I'm just getting over the fact hearing Eugene swear for the first time. So
we want more.
Yeah, we want more.
Listen, this is Will's channel, and I want to be respectful of that. But Will is a huge lawn nerd, so I want to take the chance while he's not here to put a picture of my lawn as an overlay because
lawn walls. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Because I know that it'll
it'll
just drive him insane.
Piss off, lawn.
Don't tell him that I did that.
Yeah, fuck off, lawn.
Cody, the way Tottenham is going, in 5 years' time, the pitch is going to look like your lawn.
Trust me.
Yeah. We won't have the money to cut the grass. There'll just be like weeds on it.
No daddy lions on it.
Oh no! Wait.
Oh shit! We actually got people that care.
We'll just play the Astro. We'll just play the Astro pitch.
Wayne, what the fuck are you doing up, Wayne?
In it, Wayne.
Wayne is always
get on here, Wayne.
Wayne says, "Don't be surprised if Levy the prick goes for Chris Wilder. Tottenham are becoming a fast-sinking ship."
I think Wayne should change his name to Wayne.
BJ's in the comments. Okay.
BJ.
Yeah.
Listen though, like guys, mate, just listen to what Levy has done. We sound like, you know, that group of friends around one of their friends who's in a toxic relationship. You know, you're like, I just don't get why he's doing this or doing that. And we're like, you know, that's what he's doing to us, man.
And why is she still with him?
And why is she still with him?
Yeah.
We sound like bloody accountants. We sound like bloody accountants talking about lending and mortgages and how we're going to buy what the hell?
Not the fucking football, man. That's on the pitch.
If you borrow 500 million, you can get it at 10%, and you can against the collateral of the business, and then you can transfer the business to Enoch.
You sound a bit like Levy there.
I mean, it's just for thought, right?
Do you know what?
Have you seen any club, right, at this stage, okay, going into this kind of spiral, round and round and round and round, and it's not reaching anywhere?
Yeah, Tottenham.
Yeah. In the history of any football club. Tottenham. Have you seen it? No. Levy is like setting the records for all the worst kind of things that can be said and done.
I mean,
I'm going to swear soon.
Yeah. That's not good. I've seen, Celtic, where we were bad once. We always went bankrupt. And I'm sure there's clubs that went bankrupt. But yeah, we're just becoming it's the fact that we're like such a massive club and it's just such a absolute farce in it, man. I mean,
look, hopefully Barcelona for sending in that super chat. And I want to point out the fact that the point that he's trying to make is that basically there's nothing below us at this point. And that's how I feel. I feel like every time I wake up in the morning, I'm literally terrified to open my phone and look at Twitter and look at Tottenham news because I don't know how low we're going to sink. I don't know what the next most disappointing thing that's going to happen.
Guys,
where is the bottom?
There isn't a bottom.
No, there's no bottom. Levy. That's the worst part. There's no bottom. We are sinking into a black hole.
A black hole, literally. As soon as you think the news could get any worse, it gets worse, and it always.
And Gattuso was one of the examples.
Just when you think it can't get worse, we're about to go a whole lot deeper.
Literally. Right, so how about we guess what the next bad thing is going to come out, or the next bit of news that's going to come out?
I think Levy's going to buy Lewis out, and then he'll literally have the Death Star, and he'll be Darth Vader.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it's going to be. Paratishi's going to leave within the next couple of weeks.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Everyone is saying that. How bad? Everyone is saying
Paratishi's going to leave this week. I'm going to go out and say Paratishi's going to leave this week.
I'm doing a show about that later in the evening.
Let's just say, right, can you imagine what would happen if Paratici decides to leave because of this manager merry-go-round, that they can't agree on something and Daniel Levy keeps putting his strings in, pulling the strings in it, and doesn't let him do his job? If he leaves, what do you think will happen then?
Nobody's going to come.
If Paratici leaves,
nothing.
Reckon
Mason's going to
Daniel Levy has already
spun the narrative to get the job.
What was that still?
Daniel Levy has already spun the narrative against Fabio Paratici because he has put it all on his feed that we were linked with Gennaro Gattuso, right? The fact that Levy wants to play attacking football and Paratici wants to play three at the back. It's all the writing is on the wall already.
Yeah.
Why don't we just play Paratici?
No, the next announcement, Levy is going to announce, you know what? I got my UEFA Super A license, and I'm going to be the manager of Tottenham Hotspur.
I will blow myself up. I will blow myself up on the high street, and you will see my body all over the stadium.
What were you saying before? Like, if Paratici was to go, I want to hear what everyone's thoughts on this realistically.
Yeah.
No, I was just
if he was to go,
I was going to say,
what do you think? Where do we go from here? Like, what do you think is going to happen with the fan base or with us? What do you think will happen?
Relegation.
I said on the Tottenham Way podcast, I refuse to get behind Paratici Fonseca. I refuse. I can't get behind it. And everyone said, well, it's still my club. I'm still going to give them a chance. I can't get behind it because...
Which is fair enough, yeah.
I haven't seen anything from Paratici and Fonseca that I haven't seen before. Comoli came as this hotshot young director of football. Arneson was one of the best people in the game. Paul Mitchell was the best scout. And then I hear Paratici. He's the best director of football in Europe. I've heard it 100 times before, and it hasn't worked. Then I heard Fonseca. He's attacking football. He could be the next Poch. I heard it about AVB. I heard it about Juan Ramos. I heard it about many a manager. So when I look at the past behaviour that failed, and I look at the current tactic of Paratici and Fonseca, there's no new behavioural change. That's why I said I'm not going to get behind it, because I know it's going to fail. And I went on We Are Tottenham TV and I said to them, it's going to fail. It failed before it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Wayne
I got it spot
Bonner-
on. Not because I'm a genius, Danny. Not because I'm a coach, but because I look at the past behaviour. Am I seeing anything different? No. That's why I thought it can't work then, surely.
Still, I've said to everyone who wants to put a bet if Paratici will still be here in 2 years' time, and no one wants to bet me on it because they know people.
I'm not saying 2 years' time,
Yeah.
I'm saying 2 months' time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll
yeah.
say 2
I mean, look,
weeks.
wait, hold
I'll
on.
say
Maybe it's
Bob's
in
gone
2
for
weeks'
2
time.
be
Bob's
surprised.
gone for 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks. I'm going for this week still. I am going for this
No,
week.
seriously,
I'm going
he's-
to put my head up and say
You know
he's
what?
going to go
He's
this week.
supposed to start July
By end
1st.
of this
I don't
month.
think he gets to his start date. They wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised. It wouldn't be
yeah.
surprising.
By end of this month, he's supposed to sign his contract, right? He's going to be officially announced, correct? And if by end of this month, on the July 1st,
No,
he's not officially
he has
announced,
officially announced. It's
No,
just,
but
it's just
pen to
it's
paper.
con- No, he
Pen to
signed the
paper, yeah.
contract. He signed the contract, but he doesn't start the job. It's like
I
when you
bet
sign
there's
a
a
contract when you're
clause.
starting a new
Levy's got a
job,
clause.
but you've got
That means
a,
he's pre-signed the
Pre-contract.
contract.
you've got a grace period.
Clause. There's a before the 1st of July clause that Levy's going to activate to get rid of him, like he did with Jose before the cup final, so he doesn't have to pay him
Yeah.
any wages.
Yeah.
I guarantee
But-
Levy's got it all.
Do you know what? Wayne Bonner's got a good comment here, right?
Yeah,
I
we gotta read
think-
this.
You better read it,
Yeah,
Cody.
I
Yep.
think. Do you want to read it, Cody?
Yeah, I
read
do,
it, Cody, read it.
Again, Wayne Bonner, we see you everywhere on Spurs YouTube channels. You're so supportive.
Yeah, legend, mate,
And-
legend.
Honestly, I just want to say thank you so much. You don't have to do that, man. We just appreciate it so much, though. But he says Levy's next announcement is that he himself is replacing Harry Kane. So Levy in a false 9, or
Is a front
You
two?
know what? You know what? I
Yeah.
actually think that could be the next big news is that Tottenham sell Kane, and like I wouldn't be surprised. I wake up like in the next few days and Tottenham have done a deal with Man
It'd be
City.
after the Euros,
Yeah.
Danny, if that happens.
Yeah, I
mate.
think it'll be
On
after.
it. I'm not
Look,
going to be
it'll be
surprised,
after you.
man.
I
if
wouldn't
we
be
wake up-
surprised.
No,
I
but like
wouldn't be
seriously,
surprised.
Matt
Next
Hayes, you're in the
tomorrow-
comments. Tell us your news now. Let's break it right now. Will Stewart, THFC Rant. Give us the inside scoop. We know you had Fabrizio on there today. He
Yeah.
told you
Here we
everything.
go.
Here we go.
Can I say something about Fabrizio, by the way?
No.
No.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Fabrizio wears CVS back. You can get these knee patches from all great CVS stores across North America. Okay.
Oh, BJ.
I don't understand the fascination.
He's getting better.
What?
He's getting
Cody
better.
was so ugly. That's nice.
Wow. You know what?
BJ.
Listen, I've said it before. I'll say it again. BJ, you know what you did.
Oh,
Coming for you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. He's such an idiot. I don't know why he continually.
It's the hair. It's the hair, man. It goes straight to his scalp.
Can I say that would be a really good show for you guys. BJ, I know what you did.
Yeah.
Do a show on that.
I
So
know
only-
what
only
you
because
did.
it's only about
I
football.
know what you did. I know what you did. BJ.
You are a prick.
I'm gonna laugh if that ends up being if I hear that one day being sung in the stadium. That'd be hilarious.
We've got BJ. I just don't think you understand.
But seriously though, mate, would you not be surprised if like you wake up tomorrow and it says, "Oh, breaking news: Tim Sherwood is potentially announced as a new Spurs manager." Something is tires are.
Oh, shut up,
Fabrizio
Romano.
says-
This guy's killing. Sorry, look, I just can't get into this whole ITK1 Fabrizio Romano culture. 50% of what this guy says is wrong. I know everyone
That's
says
like
he's one of
any journalist. That's just any journalist, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
He's just repeating what he's heard.
Well, I heard things. I heard that we're going to paint the changing rooms a different color of blue. So, you know, I heard that. You know, last summer, Fabrizio Romano said all these things about the transfer window for Tottenham. He got it all wrong, and he got all the ones for Man United wrong. So, I don't think we should. This isn't an attack on Matt Hayes, by the way, because I like Matt Hayes, but Fabrizio Romano, he goes on everyone's channels. Everyone gets him on. He's such an overrated guy, man. Honestly, it's like
you have to understand. Still, this is the news that he's given, so he's reporting on the news that he has given. That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's what.
Has
That's
Fabrizio
what they do.
blocked you yet?
Did he get something to say?
Fabrizio Romano, you better block me because I'm gonna block you first. Honestly, like this guy.
But do you know what? Right?
Can
I just say something? Right? Can I just say something?
Planet is he
hold on. Still, listen. Right? If what I believe, and I think if any one of us like how we feel about Levy, what I believe is that Levy is telling potential candidates that we are keeping Kane because he wants them to try and sign on the dotted line. And as soon as they sign, what will happen is there'll be some uproar, right? They'll end up selling him, and then there'll be some discrepancy with the manager, and then it'll be up to the manager to decide whether he wants to resign or not because of him being lied to by Levy. Now, if it's someone like Gattuso, it'd be gone in like 5 days. But anyone else, if it's like a Scott Parker or someone like that, it's a big job for him. Like I still can't see someone like him wanting to leave. Yeah. That's why they're going to go for someone who's really low down that list of quality.
This comment is damaging now, Danny. This comment's damaging now because what will happen is the Levy in brigade will see like, you see, Levy's pulled a blinder. He's kept Kane. You said he was going to leave. Ha ha ha. Look at the Levy out brigade. This is what Mr. Ramon is doing with this comment.
Have you seen Boy Hotspur's recent upload on his show?
No.
He said something about Jose Mourinho taking a jab at Levy on GQ.
Oh yeah, we spoke about the comments earlier.
We spoke about it.
Basically, what he said was
he was conned into his job.
He took a job and he was lied. He was lied to.
Yeah, he was conned. Levy conned him into the job.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
basically, that's it.
And I think we were, when Jose came, I think as a fan base, we were all surprised, collectively surprised that Jose came because
that comment from Matt Hayes isn't true.
Because we thought there's no way Jose's going to come to Tottenham Hotspur if he wasn't going to be backed.
Yeah, that's true.
Only time Sino Romano be wrong outside Tottenham is Silvio Lazio, but he ended up. Yeah, cheers for that, Will.
The kid needs to bounce, so let's not get him in trouble. Right, we gotta. I know as a parent that if I tell my kid to go to bed and they don't do it right away, I get mad. So we gotta let him say his goodbyes and plug his piano. And then
no, you could.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on. Again, pleasure to be on this wonderful channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Happy Father's Day.
Big up to your kid, man.
Be a good boy now.
Can you get this one here that says what's not true about it still, please? Just for 1 second, just so I can answer it.
The thing is, still, these guys are in the business of bullshit, so I don't know why it's so shocking when they're not 100% accurate all the time.
Yeah, it's not going to be 100%, is it still?
No, it's like
it's not even close.
But what is the benchmark? What is the benchmark that you would set for someone like this where they're actually successful? Because like as far as if you look at them as like a closed group, Fabrizio Romano is on the good side of the spectrum in terms of his reliability. He doesn't usually stick his neck out there unnecessarily. And oftentimes when deals break down, it's not things that he has come out and said that are 100% happening. You know, this Tottenham manager search is a bizarre outlier in terms of the news cycle. So it's hard to judge any of them on that. Ali Gold's in the mud if you're
last summer. Please go and watch the Fabrizio Romano interviews he did regarding Tottenham and the players that Tottenham were in the market for. He got it categorically wrong.
Tell me who is your go-to guy then in that spectrum?
Levy?
I don't believe anything until it's done.
Okay, so you're basically saying
but
like,
it's not
okay, so
saying
if you're going to put them all into that category of all being bullshitters.
No. If you're looking who do I think speaks the most honest out of anyone in this game, I'd say Michael Bridges. If you want to follow Tottenham, Michael Bridges is probably one of the best. He works for Sky Sports and he's a Spurs fan. I think he's fantastic.
No, right, still. That's contradicting yourself, though. That's because Sky Sports were also reporting every single manager we were associated with.
No, I said
some
Michael
players
Bridges.
that we've been
I said
associated
Michael
with.
Bridges, not Sky
Michael Bridges.
Sports channel.
Okay,
Michael
but Sky
Bridges.
Sports, then
He's a
do
Tottenham
we call that
correspondent
Sky
for Sky
Sports?
Sports. Yeah, he's a Tottenham correspondent.
Just because he works for them doesn't mean he says everything on that channel, right? Michael Bridges, he's the one I think he's got the most credibility.
Can I just interrupt something just for a sec, Still, right?
Yeah.
Just quickly, just to say my point. Romano, everyone, right? Everyone, they all get reported from the PR teams within the clubs or the people in the clubs who are giving them this information, and it's what the clubs want to give them. So it's whatever the clubs say, they're reporting based on what the contacts within the clubs and the correspondents within the clubs are giving them. So if the people at the top of the clubs are saying, right, this is what's happening, or something's filtered down and they've got some word from what's going on in meetings and stuff like that, they're reporting on that. So they can only say what they've been told, right? If the club are lying about it, it's because that is literally what they're reporting. They're reporting the lies that have been fed from the club. Now, you've got to remember, Daniel Levy is the most cynical, the worst liar.
Then why doesn't
possible.
Fabrizio Romano tell us who the source is?
Because they're not going to. Because that's
a job.
Can't do that.
No one would do that, mate.
They
No one's
can't
going to
do that.
There you go.
There you go.
There's no credibility. There's no credibility.
No, but the thing is,
no
as soon as you
journalist
disclose a source like that, the source
Someone in the
dries
club
up,
told me a
right?
story.
Yeah.
I went to Tottenham and the guy cutting the grass said to me, "Hey, did you know Harry Kane's staying?" "Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy." "What do you mean, man? If you're credible, tell us the source." And by the way, that last bit, Matt Hayes, I can criticize Matt Hayes. I can criticize Daniel Levy for not getting deals over the line.
The problem is
because Daniel Levy getting deals over the line has got nothing to do with what Romano said.
I'm no fan. I'm no fan of Romano.
Defeat the purpose of having inside information is if you disclose them. It would no longer be inside information. It would just be information, right? So they can't do that. That's career suicide for these guys. Like I said at the outset of the
career suicide, saying things that don't happen.
Like I said at the outset of the discussion, these guys are in the business of bullshit. Okay?
Thank you. So you agree, Cody? We agree then. He's a bullshit.
We agree, but let's not say that because like he's not right all the time, that he is unreliable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're looking at this guy in terms of his ability
You're saying don't
to
call him
project
unreliable.
deals that have not happened yet.
Cody, you just called him a bullshitter, and now you want me to.
The whole fucking industry is unreliable.
Still,
we
man.
agree, Cody. We agree.
You're talking about an You're talking about an entire fucking section of media that is generally unreliable.
No, because
but Fabrizio Romano is not making shit up.
No, because Fabrizio Romano is labelled as in the top of the list.
Because Still, it's because he's getting the information from the clubs. I don't understand how you can't understand that.
Who in the club?
Look, listen, Still, like
we'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah,
because
we'll never know, right?
Bob.
Because like Cody said, no.
Bullshit.
Because the inside information becomes no inside information anymore. That's it. It's done. They can't.
Links pinned to the top, mate. Jump on.
Wobbles. The thing is, they can't get that information anymore.
What are they? Wobbles.
Brilliant. Yeah, Wobbles. Come on, mate. Wobbles.
Jump
come on.
But still, here's the thing, Norman.
I'm listening.
Yeah, man.
I'm listening.
Right.
It's a good debate.
The football world, right, is actually I mean, I don't know how much of it you see yourself as a coach, but even though it's a global fan base, like the upper echelon stuff, it's a very tiny, small world, you know. And if he starts giving the information, if any sort of journalist starts giving their sources, they eventually are not going to get those sources, mate. And it's such a small world that you will.
What
I mean,
sources? What sources?
Anyone up at the club, mate. Any like the board of directors or below management, anyone like scouts, you know. If you start outing them, it's like doxing, you know. Like eventually they're not going to want to talk to you.
Or they'll just get
when I say to you that Harry Winks, his best position was attacking mid in the academy, you say source, I'll tell you, Michael. He's the coach at Tottenham.
But jokes,
I can do that.
That's not genuine.
No, because I've got credibility. I can back it up. These people have no credibility. None. Yet people in the football world give them credibility by labelling them ITK1, ITK2. We are giving them credibility when they have none. That's the point I'm making. So Fabrizio
Well, it's just going off.
go kiss my ass.
I mean, it's just going off how much he's getting right. That's it, man.
Listen, I'm no fan of Romano, right? I'm no fan of Alistair Gold. I've always said gold is a gospel, but I think it's a bit unfair to. All they do is their job, and you have to. If they have been put on this pedestal,
I'll take that back.
They've been put on this pedestal by they've been put on this pedestal by people, and there's a reason why they've been put on. You know, not every single person who's put them on that pedestal can be wrong. They've obviously got something about them that they put up there. I don't listen to Romano. But, you know, I've got respect for him.
Okay, all you motherfuckers, shut the fuck up for a second. We've got Wobbles in the house. He is the bottom right
Wobbles
pane in this window, and he has something to say about what we're talking about, and I want everyone to listen.
Yeah. Welcome, Wobbles.
Whoa.
Hello, Wobbles.
Say something, man. I just came out there for you.
Fuck it.
Oh, he's gone. Hey, Cody.
You know what, Stel? With the amount of backtracking that Romano does, I bet his back actually hurts. You got any suggestions?
I can recommend these wonderful back patches. From CBS all North American. You simply take it out.
Can I say hello from Norway, Stavanger?
Can't hear you, Wobbles.
Yes.
That's not Wobbles.
That's Wobbles.
That's Kenneth.
Kenneth Hotspur.
Oh, Kenneth. Okay.
How are you doing, lads? You know,
brother.
can I say something to Will, because I'm from
What did
Norway.
I do?
And in Norway, we are so hardcore Tottenham fans in Norway, and everybody who gives people are from the States and stuff, they're not fans. I'm so pissed off about that. And Will and Mr. Cap and the bear, I call him the bear with the glasses up there, you know. I will, you know.
Listen, bear with the glasses.
We're so lucky. We should be so lucky.
That was a great answer to that, by the way. That was great.
Over the world, you know. And Will get told, no, you're not a Tottenham fan. You know, I went through the 90s and all that shit. But I'm from Norway. I've been supporting Tottenham. I got the tattoos. You know, Will.
Change your name and everything. I got you. Yeah.
Lad, you know what I did? Will, I told them on his. My name is Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur. In my passport, in my license, it says Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur. And everything I have. Yeah, I changed my name, Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur, in 2000.
See, I think you should make Will do that as well.
I'm not joking.
Brilliant. That's great. That's great. Kenneth, I love you. I love your country, mate. I got family in Drammen. Drammen. I love Drammen.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've got and they go to a hit there in Jamnaker. Do you know where Jamnaker is? I would pronounce that right?
Yeah, down in Oslo, some place like that.
Yeah, man. I love it. I go there at least twice a year. Beautiful place.
Yeah, but
before we get this totally derailed, we do have Wobbles back on
Wobbles
on the show. But Kenneth, go ahead and say what you got to say, and then
The only thing I went on today was because Will and the American guys and everybody,
Cody,
so many people say Will is not a Tottenham. He is of course he's a Tottenham fan. It doesn't matter if he hates. There's so big groups in the States now, and Tottenham or Man United can F off. Promise you. Tottenham Hotspur in the States, it's big. Boston, you have Boston Spurs, you have LA Spurs, you have New York Spurs, you have old in every part of the States, you have a supporter club from the States who love Tottenham. You can go, if you don't, I know they changed the bar, the Bricklayers Arms in when you go out the corner to the left, you have Couch and Horses on that side, and all the flags in the bar from the States. It's unbelievable. And I say we should be proud, Tottenham fans, to have fans from all over the world. I promise you.
100%.
Because
100%.
we need people from all over the world so we can beat Man United. And you said, Will, I'm not gonna add Tottenham on. What did you say? One, I said, what the fuck? You're part of everybody, Will. You can't unsubscribe on Twitter, Tottenham official. Fucking hell, we give Tottenham Hotspur the love. And if, like Marciello say, I'm not gonna buy Tottenham shirt. You know, all the money we spend on Tottenham shirt goes to, we pay for the investment in our team. You know, you can't say.
I agree with you if it actually went to the team, but it doesn't.
This is stupid. So fucking stupid. We should buy the most shirts so we can buy 5 Hurricanes. So we at least have money.
Right, but the problem is Daniel Levy won't spend it on the team. That's my beef with it, right? So until they show
I know
us
all
that
about it. I know all about it. You know,
yeah.
You know,
As soon as it goes to the team, I'll be right there with you.
Listen, Will. You know, Mr. Lewis, he's old now, and his daughter is in the board of Tottenham. You know, you can't take £1 billion to your grave. He's 85 years old. Why can't you put it in Tottenham? Please, Daniel Lewis. He's the king of Levy. And Levy, Daniel Levy, he could, if a normal director of any team, football club in the world, Levy would be sacked 1 million times. And it's unbelievable. But we are fans, we have to stuck with them because we have only voice we have to stuck with our team. You know, the most hardcore fans in the whole world is Tottenham fans. You know, we're not lucky. You know, Man United fans, they're City fans, United, they buy their trophies. But we are Tottenham fans. We fucking stick to the grave with it. You know, it's unbelievable how hard it is. You know, I can tell you guys, I've cried so many times. You know, so disappointed. But what's the matter? Fucking hell, the fans fucking is worth more than and everything. And I say to everybody in the club now, you know, I would never sell Hurricane. I would never sell Hurricane. And Hurricane says, I love Tottenham. And how can you go from a club that you love, you're born to play for, and it's like if all of us guys could play football. You know, I play football for over 20 years, and Tottenham, to play for Tottenham, that must be the biggest goal for a guy who loves Tottenham. You know, and to get fans that, you know, Harry Kane can be the biggest legend in Tottenham. I mean, that's worth so much, lads. That's worth amazingly much. And sadly, money have took over so much of football, and it's, you know, with the Super League, they stole our heart. Fucking, they took Levy took the soul out of our club, and the fans went back. You can't steal a soul from a club. Are you fucking joking? All the fans, all Tottenham fans, you can't steal the football. You can't steal football away from fans. Now, I say just Harry Kane. Fucking hell, play for Tottenham, please. Don't City. What are you going to City for? What are you going to?
He wants to win trophies, Kenneth. He wants to win trophies.
And we don't.
No, we don't win trophies.
Daniel Levy doesn't want to win trophies.
Okay. Before we get off,
great call, by the way.
Yeah,
call,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Hard call, mate. Hard call. Well done, Ken.
Totally appreciate the passion and the history that you're dishing out there, but we want to get Wobbles on here for his input on.
That's what I was thinking. Where'd you get
on the whole Fabrizio Romano discussion that's going on, because he said in the comments he had a strong opinion, so we want to get his opinion. Joshua, are you there?
Can y'all hear me?
Joshua.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, with Fabrizio Romano and a lot of other journalists in sports media, basically the idea is to be first, right? First rather than right. You know what I mean? Like, the idea is to get whatever, I guess, whatever scoop you get from a source, to be first so you can beat anyone. But I see with Fabrizio, he doesn't put out a lot of bullshit rumors. You know what I mean? Like Mirror Football, or I don't know, Talk Sport, all those other publications. They put out a lot of bullshit, right? I feel like Fabrizio, when he says something, he takes his time. So I've also noticed that, I don't know how to say this. Our club is a shambles. You know what I mean? Like, everything about the club, looking at it objectively, is just wrong. You know, like Manchester United doesn't, they don't conduct themselves in the manner that we do at Tottenham.
Yeah.
So all the bullshit rumors that we get, like Gattuso coming in, which I think was just not even a possibility, because if you look at who that man is and like his character, it doesn't match the fabric of the club, right? Yeah, I feel like it all I don't know. It's all one and the same, you know, like the whole idea of the club, and I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I'll say about Fabrizio Romano. Okay, is he right all the time? Absolutely not. But in terms of his niche market, like the number of people who occupy that position,
right?
You do not get to a point where you have 3.2 million followers on Twitter by simply putting out clickbait and bullshit year after year.
Donald
you
Trump.
have to be reliable. You have
Donald
to
Trump.
be reliable.
I mean, you can't use Donald Trump because, you know,
Why? He was the president of America.
Yeah, but
You don't
most
know
of
exactly.
his
You don't know.
followers, but most of his followers are bullshit. You know, I could Twitter audit.
So the people that
Fabrizio-
follow Romano.
Yeah, but I could Twitter audit Fabrizio Romano's Twitter page, and it would most likely be legit. Like, you, how can I say this?
Wobbles, can I ask you Wobbles a question then, since he's in the journalist mood? Is it true what his detractors say, that he is a tap-in merchant, that he won't
he piggybacks off everything?
Oh well, he won't. Yeah, he won't cite a rumor until there's been multiple sources, and then he goes and says it.
Because like in journalism school, and I work in I live in Toronto, Canada, so I work in mixed martial arts sports media, and the thing we were taught was you get 3 sources before you report something, right? So let's say Talk Sport, for example. They'll get they're a terrible publication. They'll probably get 1 source and then report it as fact. I don't know Fabrizio Romano personally, but I feel like the fact that he puts out things, I guess, not irregularly, but he takes his time to report something is because he's getting it from multiple sources before he puts it out.
Right.
And I feel like I don't view him as a gossip blogger or some sort of, you know, hot take blogger that, oh, I got a source, like you were saying earlier, from the fucking dude who cuts the grass at the stadium. I'm gonna run that.
That was me like playing kind of like obviously.
Yeah, I understand,
Yeah, okay.
but the idea in journalism, what I was taught through schooling and practical experience was be right rather than first. And I feel like more often than not, Fabrizio's right. Like, it's like baseball. You won't hit 1,000. You know what I mean? Like, you won't. Not everything that you'll say is gonna come true.
Yeah, but when it comes to Tottenham, unfortunately, he's most of the time he's not right there, Wobbles.
But when it comes to Tottenham,
he's not.
But when it comes to Tottenham, I'm saying everything about Tottenham is ass backwards and not proper, right? So, like, if he's getting things right with every other club mostly, and then it comes to Tottenham and shit is wrong, it's just a reflection on how terrible the club is managed from an ownership standpoint, from the people who run PR, from, you know, top to bottom. Like, I can equate it to the Toronto Raptors here in Canada. Like, if you hear a rumor about the Toronto Raptors, it's 100% true because shit doesn't leak from the Toronto Raptors. I feel like every day with Tottenham, there's a new
Wobbles. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you know as a journalist that the club that you are reporting on is a shambles and that what comes out of it is bullshit, as a journalist, would you report that?
It's my job.
What, to report bullshit?
No. How can I say this? Let's say he gets a a rumor that, I don't know, fucking Daniel Levy's gonna sell Harry Kane, right?
From a club that talks bullshit, yeah?
Yeah, but if he substantiates it with 3 other sources that are independent from the club,
will never sell Harry Kane.
if he substantiates it with 3 other sources that are independent from the club, then
so Wobbles, is the guy's Romano's source Twitter?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think you get to that point if you're just piggybacking off everyone else.
Wobbles,
what I want to know is where are the sources coming from? Who are the sources are? And I'm not necessarily. I'm not saying you have to reveal the name of the source, but if you could say,
what you think it is.
Source within the club, source, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
my contacts within the club have said.
You can do that. You can do that, but it can also jeopardize that source because I don't know. Let's say,
guys, did some of you see the interview with Daniel Levy? Sorry to interrupt you guys. You see the interview on Tottenham Hotspur?
Yes.
Yeah, I did a whole reaction video on it.
Yeah, did you see what he said?
I saw.
I don't believe anything unless I say it. Yeah.
Don't leave shit before it's on our page. They never said it to us, and you know all the. Can we give a
But
big
you can't do that because they don't ever say anything. That's the problem. They don't ever say anything.
I know that all will, but at least he said something. Well,
what did he say?
He said a bunch of sweet nothings. He really said nothing at all.
He said nothing. Go watch my. Kenneth, I don't know if you watched it or not, but go watch the video that I did reacting to that video. I go through it line by line by line by line.
He should apologize. He didn't give I know the apologize. He should do.
Levy will never apologize.
I like this guy. Yes. What's your name again, sir? Kenneth.
Kenneth.
You need to come on the show more, man. You need to come on
a few times.
Okay. Yeah. But let's talk about Levy's statement, right? Because within that statement, he says
give me one chance. I'm not protecting Levy. I promise you, Levy will get the sack 20 times. You know. And case, you have one guy in the
Levy specifically says in his statement that you should only be trusting what comes from the Spurs official website. Is that the world that we want to live in? Is that where we want to be? Or like we want guys like Fabrizio Romano and Ali Gold to be discredited to the point where the only person that we believe information from is Daniel Levy? That doesn't seem like a very that seems like a compromising position. If you're asking me.
How many times have this dude made videos? We have a new manager every day. You know what the fuck is going on,
guys? Can I just say one thing quickly? Kenneth, one thing quickly. Matty Hayes, Tottenham Away, Will Stewart, Bob Spur TV, every YouTube channel for the past 3 weeks. This includes me. Breaking news, Harry Kane's leaving. Breaking news, Paratecci's coming. Breaking news, Fonseca. Why did we do that without 100% knowing they were coming? Because we get what? Viewers. What do you think Fabrizio's doing? Because he was just as wrong as us. It's the same game. He's just doing it on a bigger level.
Yes, but why did we make the videos? Sorry. Because somebody gave us that information.
But we weren't right.
See, but I don't make one of those videos unless I have three semi-reliable sources.
But our sources weren't very good.
What I'm saying is, we're not making that shit up, and neither are the people that are feeding us that information.
Cody, the point I'm making is our sources weren't good.
No, but you can't do that. If there wasn't a backlash with Gattuso, he would have been the manager 100%.
So Stel, you're saying, right, Dan Kilpatrick, for Ali Gold, Damasio, for Romano, you're saying Matt Law, you're saying all of them, they all had the same news coming pretty much. So all of them are wrong then?
Well,
at the same time.
We were wrong. They never got the job.
No, but they're not, because they all had the same information.
Yeah,
so how can they all
information,
be wrong?
Danny, poor information.
No, it's not poor. Still, it's not poor information.
Poor information is coming from Tottenham Hotspur.
Exactly.
So don't report information if it's poor then.
But they report, it's their job.
They're doing it on. They're doing it live, mate. They're doing. It's this world we live in with social media.
Even Fonseca didn't know that the club is back out on him until
hour by hour.
Guys,
24-hour news cycle, man.
It was poor news cycle. It was poor information. It was poor. I'm part of it as well. It was poor.
Can we hear something from Mr. Asia? He haven't said anything. He's just watching all
Eugene's fine. Don't worry about Eugene. He gets to say it whenever he wants, whenever he wants.
So, on that note,
don't worry about Eugene.
Look at the report today from TalkSport saying that Nuno is the leading candidate, right?
All right.
No one else who's actually credible has said that yet.
No, and that's why I haven't made a video on it yet.
Exactly. So
they are independent, though. They got no one to answer. They're pretty much
independence and peddling bullshit like they do every single day. That's all they do. Peddle
I've
bullshit.
mentioned it, but I haven't made a video on it yet.
But Wobbles, what do you think, in your journalistic opinion, is how this managerial stuff has gone down? How it keeps coming out that there's a potential manager and it's 90% done, and then it just collapses. What do you think is going on?
Honestly, it's one of the worst things I've seen from a professional sports team in a while. Because if you're a professional team, then you have that buttoned up. You know what I mean? It doesn't get out unless it's 100% legit going to happen. You know. And I'll give you a bit of history if you guys don't mind. Growing up in Canada, we didn't really get the EPL matches a lot when I was young. So basically, I became a Spurs fan watching Aaron Lennon, back in the day. And this new, what was it? The All or Nothing documentary? Mm-hmm. With
it's just
Jose?
nothing.
Yeah. All or Nothing, yes.
So I not really jumping on a bandwagon because we're kind of a sinking ship, but I'm a Spurs fan, right? That documentary kind of rekindled my fandom in the club, but I've just noticed that everything that the club does from top to bottom is just wrong. We have one of the highest debts for a club. Daniel Levy is one of the worst chairman / owners I've seen in professional sports. Here in North America, if he was, I don't know, let's say the owner of the Boston Celtics, he would be gone. There would be, I know we have a lot of uproar here with the team, with the protest and all that sort of stuff, but it would be magnified. And I don't know, it's just, everything that the club does is a reflection of him.
I want to ask a question for Stel. Where are you suggesting that we get our information from?
As many reliable places as you can.
No. Question for Stel.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you're gonna get information like everyone else does from every single source that reports on it.
You're saying that the sources that we're using right now.
I'm answering it. Let me finish. You get your information from every possible source, but you believe the one that you connect with the most. I do not connect with Fabrizio Romano because when I saw what he said last summer and what happened, I'm like, this guy's a fraud, in my opinion. Whereas for you, you might say, do you know what? I'm right with Fabrizio Romano. I'm going to take him for what he says. That's your opinion, but my opinion is different to it. And can I quickly say one thing? Wobbles, regardless of your opinion and my opinion, I just want to say respect to you for coming on this show and speaking, because so many people in the comments say stuff and they don't ever come on and actually debate it.
Big up.
I've got a lot of respect for you for coming on, Wobbles. And do you know what? I will follow you. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
I will follow you, man, because I've got a lot of respect for you for coming on the show today, regardless of whether you agree with me or not.
Hey, we can agree to disagree. I feel like it's all love for the club. You know what I mean? We all want the best for the club. That's it.
In response to what Stel said, I don't look at Fabrizio Romano's information as gospel. I always take it with a grain of salt. I always filter what these guys are saying.
I don't know what you think. Right? I don't know.
No, I'm telling you. I'm just saying, it's the same thing. We're basically saying the same thing. you know, in terms of the amount of credence and trust that you want to give to these sources. Me, I just look at all of those as I just always take it with a grain of salt. So when they're wrong, I just accept it and move on. You know,
I find Michael Bridges personally. I find
this?
Michael Bridges is the best one of the lot when it comes to Tottenham, from what I've seen the past couple of years. But you guys,
Brian. Oh, long time no see, buddy.
Brian.
Everyone knows Brian Daigle, man.
Good man.
Yeah. Can I have a say about this? All this.
Cody, please don't kill me later.
On sports,
please.
All right. Okay. It's very simple. Journalism in sports, right? It's like journalism in Hollywood. Okay. Whatever that comes out, right, has got no consequences on real matters. It's just sports. Right. Unless you're saying you're doing journalism on war or politics. Even politics is bullshit most of the time. Correct? So that's why whatever that comes out from all these journalists on whether it's Fabrizio, Aligo, right? It's like you're just opening up a tabloid and reading the news. Oh, it's like, oh, the Kardashian is screwing somebody today, and oh no, the Kardashian is screwing somebody else the next day. So it has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It doesn't matter where the news comes out from, right? And like what Cody's saying is that most of the news that actually comes out from is being fed out of the club. They just want us fans to be tied on. That what's coming on. Who's the next transfer, right? And at this moment now, we don't even have a manager, and we've been through 8 of them, and we're going back in circles again. Watch this spin cycle. It's going to recycle itself, correct? In the beginning, we're talking about Ten Hag, and all that. Now it's going back again. So whatever the journalists say out there, or whatever's been information has been put out there by them, we can't take them so seriously until like Cody's or whatever. How we see it is like pen on paper, holding the jersey, right? And they're at the club. And they start work tomorrow, officially. That's how I see it. If not, everything's just hearsay. Everything that comes up from anybody is hearsay. That's all.
You want to know why that is, though? Because in the day of social media now, a lot of journalists, right, they get paid per engagement. So let's say you write an article. You get a certain rate per 1,500, 2,000 views on your article, right? That's how people get paid now. So they're going to put out a bunch of shit so that they can write 5 to 10 articles a day and get paid.
That's what I've just said then, Wobbles.
But doesn't that become the source then for other people?
I'm going to sign off. Lads, I'm going to sign off now. Can I say hello to a good man, Brian, from Stavanger, Norway? Long time no see.
You're muted, Brian.
Big up, Ken.
All the best, Brian. Hope you're okay.
What's up, Josh? How you doing?
And then you all guys take care, and I will phone in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Mr. Tottenham Hotspur, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, and you know, we see all this happening with all this. You know, every Tottenham fan is fucking. It's so stupid to see and feel. You know, we feel so bad that you know it's.
Listen, it's going to get worse. So don't worry just yet. I'll meet you next week when we've lost 8 managers, got another golf club, signed Levy Land, bought Disneyland as a test pilot, and then we'll go. Then we'll go.
Then
we'll do some more.
Brian.
Yeah.
Bob's fell asleep.
Bob's sleeping, isn't he?
He's snoring into the mic. Disconnect him.
We'll cut him out, all right.
You know,
it's not the first
Brian,
time that's happened.
Oh, fair enough.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason, how you doing, man?
Hi, Jason.
Good. How you doing, fellas?
I'm good.
Wobbles, what's your Twitter handle? I can't find you.
Josh Tolliver.
Yeah, there's about 10 Josh Tollivers.
No, it's just.
It's got the same picture as his. It's got the same picture as his face.
It's in the
It's
chat.
all one word. Still, I put it in the comments. If you look at the comments.
Thanks.
Brian, the guy up on the corner, the bun is cool.
Yeah. appreciate that, Kenneth, man.
The bun is
Danny.
like a brother to me. The bun is like a brother to me.
Well, don't
Brian,
we all feel left out?
My best friend.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do my introductions to everyone in a minute. Jay, you're definitely on that list.
Say goodnight, Bob.
I'm gonna ask the guy up.
Has he gone? Oh no, shit.
Welcome back, Bob.
That's no way to talk to Mr. Tottenham Hotspur, Bob.
I was talking about you, mate.
Really?
No.
So I have to say to you, first of all, I'll say hello to everyone. So Ginty, hello, brother. Danny, my brother.
Hi, man.
Josh, always a pleasure. Stel, how we doing?
What's up, Brian? You good?
All good. Cody, my brother. Lukman, Jason, and the dwarf Snorri. How we doing?
You forgot to say hello to the American bear with glasses.
American
Bear
bear with
that was so funny.
He was described as the American bear with glasses.
Well, I was actually saving the best till last. So Cody, what's up, brother?
Who's the guy that said 40% passion?
Yeah, that was Tom, was it? What was his name?
So Brian.
In regards to what?
Because I wish I had 40% of this guy's passion, but he said 40%.
Instead of like 10%, 40%.
I have to say, it's the weirdest thing watching you without being on, because I've been sleeping. I didn't get back from Brian Island studio till 6 in the morning, literally just chilling. And I've been eating my dinner and watching the TV and screaming at the TV, thinking, why is no one responding to me? And then I was like, I'm not signed in. So that was good. So what I came in on this Romano talk. I just heard bits and pieces of it. Still, yes. Literally, everyone buys the Sun. Everyone buys it. They all get their papers. You can't. And what I've got to say is, when you said you're right on when we spoke about Levy, that he's probably got hundreds of people that have opened Twitter accounts to check out all the social media and everything. He's probably doing that with the media as well. Let's just release this. Let's release this in dribs and drabs, 100%. And people jump onto it. Romano's got a job to do, which is getting shit out there. Like we kind of have a job. People come and watch us for your coaching skills. Brian's hosting, Shai's coaching skills, and I think it may be for my Levy rants that people like me. I've got a slight indication, and that's what they do.
I don't think people like me.
No. People do like you. You're just
really
very.
Stel?
Mate,
I just don't care. My opinion is my opinion, and I'll say it.
Yeah, but that's it. You're very opinionated. Your opinion is right, and everyone is wrong when you get stuck in your way.
No.
Sometimes still.
No, it's not, Brian. This is where people get misunderstood by what I say. I said earlier on when I spoke to Cody, I said Cody's got his opinion. I've got my opinion. I never said I was right. I just said we've got different opinions.
And I have to say, and trust me, from living on this side of the world, don't say Romano and Trump in the same sentence. I was like, no! I was like, still no! and then I heard Romano and Levy, and I put in the comments. Don't ever put them two together.
Me, how'd you get 3.2 million people following you if you don't tell the truth? And I said, well, Trump's got 45 million, and he's a fucking liar.
Wobbles, I've got a question. Why is it so wrong for me to think that all Romano does, and tell me how this is wrong, is rely on a number of sources reporting the same thing on Twitter, and then relaying that as his own. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If he can make money out of it doing that, then that's absolutely fine. But why can't that be a possibility that he's actually doing that?
I mean,
2 or 3 sources are reporting the same thing.
That's what everyone does now, right? Like that's that's what it is.
If you go to if you go to one of his tweets, man, it's literally like there will always be a comment talking about him being a tap-in merchant, like taking sources and
you can't read the comments on any post on social media. People
true, but you know what I mean. It's always always one thing. It's always it's consistent.
Who decides if you're ITK1, ITK2? Who decides that?
I don't. Can you elaborate on what that means?
So there's this ITK culture where ITK in the know. So in the know one means you're the most in the know. ITK2 is you're the second tier, then it goes ITK3.
Tier 1,
it comes from Football Manager, the computer game, where they kind of grade this information when you go into the transfer. Anyway, who is the ITK grading council?
I think it's just community based, isn't it? Really?
I think it's
I think it's
council.
I will
the
say
algorithms.
A lot of this might be a popularity contest.
I can be ITK1 then. Is that possible?
Well,
I can be ITK1.
if the community
Never.
say you are,
No
then
chance.
yeah.
I'll give you an
It's got to
example.
be based on your history, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
It's
no,
like
when-
it's like
who's this
Yelp. It's
community?
like Yelp reviews, man. It's like
Oh,
you know
Yelp.
what I mean. If you keep coming out with bullshit, people are going to review you as being bullshit.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like
Ginty,
you know,
like, how do I get in this community so I can put my vote towards the whether I want to put someone as ITK1 or ITK2?
Well,
I
I don't know if
understand
it's a specific vote per se. I think it's just like.
I think it's
Like Jimmy
algorithm.
was saying,
Surely.
yeah, but if you talk shit and like nothing you say comes out to be correct, then in the end, no one's going to take a blind.
So it could be Fabrizio's Romano's mates who are the community.
Could be.
Well, still,
I agree with.
It
I
just,
agree
it
with what
just
Stel
seems
said, though,
madness
like-
to me. It seems madness to me. Absolutely.
No, if I give you
has
an
their-
example, I'll give you an example. Sorry, Jay, 1 second. As you know what I'm about to say with the person that I had at Tottenham. I'll show it here. I'm very, very good friends with Danny Rose's dad. There's Nigel Rose on WhatsApp. I speak to him quite a bit. I used to go to Tottenham boxes, and I spoke about knowing Danny Rose's dad on, I think it was on Mr. K show or one of Will's show. And I used to speak to him, and I found out things from the club. And if I went out and said, "Listen, I've got it official from Danny Rose," people won't listen to me. I'm like, "How do you know Danny Rose? It all starts."
Yeah, but Brian, you've told us. One minute, Brian. You've told us the source.
No, but I'm saying if I spoke to Danny Rose's dad, or if I've spoken to Danny Rose, if that doesn't turn out to be true, I look like a fucking idiot.
But you've told us the source.
Yes, but then also I make them look like an idiot, and that's why Romano doesn't do it.
That's why you never reveal your sources.
That's why Romano goes up the ladder because I could say it. If I said it, and if I said right, Danny Rose is leaving. Actually, I actually said on Will's show, Danny Rose is leaving the club tomorrow, and he did. So that would have made me look good.
But Brian,
if I come out, if I said he's coming out and he's going to sign for Aston Villa, and then the next day he signs for Watford, they're like, well, you said you know his dad. How did you? That's how they do it, because a lot of their stuff. And
how do you know that? Because they never give the source.
But that's why he gets up the ladder. Because he doesn't reveal his sources.
Yeah.
That's how he
gets it improved.
Okay,
clearly,
I'll give you the perfect example back home.
Yeah.
Snouts.
Cigarettes.
So people that don't know, snouts. For people that don't know, police informants.
Yeah.
They get put undercover or go to witness protection or whatever, and if they're reliable, they get. If I was a supergrass, whatever, said, listen. The Bank of England's going to get robbed tomorrow. They will listen to me, put me in witness protection, go. If I was just some junkie that was helping out, and I said that, they'd be like, well, I'm not fucking listening to you. You just want your money. That's how they do it. If they get the credible sources...
but hold on, Brian. No, I don't buy that. Because if you go to court, that snout has to then come
he doesn't.
as a witness.
No, he doesn't. Not if he's in witness protection, he doesn't. If it's a big enough crime,
Brian,
then he'll do it from a video in a silhouette.
So the
they
source
won't be revealed.
So we know the source. Someone knows the source. The judge will know the source.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying. There's no source.
The judge won't know the source. The judge won't know the source. The only people that will know the source are the police.
Yeah. Still, man. It's like, just think of it,
guys.
man,
I get the process. I get it. All I'm saying is
one thing.
All I'm saying is you can't have credibility unless you.
Actually, Matt Hayes is in the building.
Maybe Matt.
Why would you?
Let Matt have a say. Come on, guys. Let Matt have a say.
Matt, what the fuck are you doing this time of night?
Innit, Matt? What's going on?
Good morning, Matt.
You both in the same country.
Shit.
Yeah.
The spell talk shit and he can't help himself.
This is
You're right.
Manny, don't say that.
Hold on, let Matt
talk shit as well, then.
shine some light on it.
Yeah, let Matt have his say.
Ginty, big up. Ginty, up in the corner.
No, I'm good, man. Let's see what Matt's saying.
Can
you hear me,
Matt?
Des?
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
The one thing I want to say is, in terms of like a journalist revealing their sources and stuff like that, if Romano has a source, whether it's it's in the club with Spurs, or it's part of Paulo Fonseca's camp or Antonio Conte's camp, if he reveals a story and then reveals the source of that story, that source is then going to lose their access to this information. They're going to lose their relationship with the club or with Conte, whoever it's with. And then the next thing that happens, the next development in that story, that source is not going to find out. And therefore Fabrizio Romano is not going to find out. So by getting that story from the source, someone who he trusts, someone who relies, or if it is, as Bob said, 3 sources like that, he can put out that story. No one knows what source it is. So then the next time there's a story, that source gets it and he gives it to Fabrizio Romano, and the Romano can reveal that story again. Not one journalist is ever going to reveal their source, because if they do that, straight away, unequivocally lose that source and lose their entire ability to get stories and things like that.
It's not even you lose your source. You lose your entire career.
Can I say something, Matt Hayes? Can you imagine the journalist? You know, a lot of people in the papers in the UK and all over, how they try to find the sources, and you know a little bit of it made up and so and so, like the story that broke with the Hurricane, Matt, is, you know, where they did him and on the golf course. He never said he wanted to leave Tottenham. He just said we get, and you need to see all the papers twisting the story. Sky Sport, everything they do translate to like the worst thing we can possibly imagine. Matt Hayes, you know, that they live for this. And Romano, who always on, he was on your the guy. Where does he get his connections from? Do he phone? You know, it's like I have to say to Brian Daigle, you know, where something is leaking out of a club. Like with all the stories with Conte, and where the hell who leaks stuff like that? You know, I think all of you are on Facebook. You know, I'm on Facebook. I was only me and Donald Trump. Where I was kicked out of Facebook. I have no idea why.
I'm pretty sure it's for Tongan.
Listen.
My hero, Jay. What's my hero done?
Only Jason can drop that line. Only Jason can drop that line.
Charlie Kane. Most of you all promise you a friend with Charlie Kane, brother of Harry Kane, on Facebook. I sent him personal messages. This is some years ago, and he said he loves Tottenham. So, and how can I ask you, Brian and Matt Hayes, and everything came out that he and all those behind the team of Harry Kane want to and change. I can't understand this, Matt and Brian. I'm lost for words.
After you, Matt.
They love Tottenham.
Kenneth. We know. The problem is we know they love Tottenham. Harry Kane loves Tottenham, but the problem is Daniel Levy doesn't love Tottenham. He loves money,
and he's let him down.
Yeah, he's let Harry Kane down, and what he's doing
let us down as well.
Yeah, he's let the fans
100%.
down, and he's also he's a disgrace because he's charging us more money than any club in Europe for tickets, right? To keep and to make make the club in the state that it is, right? And have all these fans feel all these emotions. Harry Kane is one of us. He's a fan. So for him, he feels that the only way he's going to achieve his goals and what he wants in his career is to leave the club that he loves, because Daniel Levy doesn't have the same ambition as him, and that's the problem.
Yep. Kenneth, I think the thing is, right, Harry Kane obviously loves this club, right, and his love has kept him here a lot longer than it was. Yeah. I had the same thing with my other team, Celtic. Henrik Larsson, right? Henrik Larsson shouldn't have been playing in the Premier League. Yeah, you remember him as a Swedish split. He was,
I know.
He stayed for 7 years, man, and then he finally went off to Barcelona because Harry Kane knows, even though like what is the love done for him, and also he also has to think about his legacy. He's, you know, you saw the documentary that he wants to be a Messi or Ronaldo.
How old was Henrik Larsson when he moved, Jinty? How old was he?
Like 30, man. But the thing is though, like the thing though, mate, is you have to think about it as players are judged on their achievements, and he's not winning anything at Tottenham.
I got to tell some nice now. Can I tell something? This is going from my heart. I played football for 17, 18 years in my life. And, you know, when you can play for your favorite team, I mean, all of us, if we could be so lucky to play for Tottenham, and that's your team, you know, you can't beat any league or anything because you're fucking hell. That's just me as a fan. All of you would love to play for Tottenham. We will never leave the club.
Kenneth, what level did you play at?
Oh, I played in almost up to. Well, I can brag about little American guys. Only in second, 7th, 6th division in Norway, and many years.
So Kenneth, the difference between you and Kane is you had no chance of winning the Champions League or the Premier League. Harry Kane can. So he's got a dream he can chase that you couldn't. So if that opportunity comes towards the end of his career, he's going to take it. So it's hard to compare the two.
Now listen. One
That's
guy
no disrespect to your footballing career, by the way, because you did well to play at that level. But Kane is
Kenneth, before you speak, can I just ask, where the hell are our hosts?
Yeah, they just be right back and they haven't gone.
Yeah. American guys. I have to tell him. He says, "Where do you were in football?" You know, I was a really good football player. I'm not going to brag about it. Stefan Iverson's dad was a really good friend of mine. His name is Odd Iverson. Really good friend of mine. I know Eric Torsvett personally. Really good friend of mine.
Eric the Viking.
We spoke about him earlier. We said he's our favourite Spurs goalie. He's our favourite Spurs goalie.
Him and Paul Robinson.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier. Yeah.
I remember Robbo used to have all kinds of convos with the fans behind the goal, man.
Yeah.
Mate, do you remember he used to kick the ball like that when it was on the top of the net? He used to be able to do the flying Ryu kick from Street Fighter and get the ball off the top of the net. Oh, mate, the Viking.
Brian,
yeah, brother.
You guys. Brian, you know that Eric Torsvett's son is a really good midfielder now. His son
come and play for Spurs.
Don't do that to him, Brian. Don't do that to him, Brian. Leave him alone.
Get him and Wigged out.
Don't ruin the
kids. You know, you saw Norwegian Brian. You saw Martin Ødegaard went to Arsenal now. They can't get him because they go back to. But Eric Torsvett's son is even better than Martin Ødegaard. Torsvett's son, he's amazing. I'm not joking.
Where is he now?
23, 24 years old. Son of Eric Torsvett. He's amazing. He's down in Belgium, Genk now. Yeah.
Is he a Genk?
Kenneth, send the details to Brian because Brian emails Daniel Levy every day. You never know.
I could try.
Brian, try. Sort the deal out, mate.
I will do.
And then Matt Hayes will report it. And then you could be a inside source for Matt Hayes and his Tottenham transfer talks.
Oh, believe me, mate. If I get anywhere near Levy, I won't be a source. I'll be in prison.
Sorry, I'm taking this one. I'm ITK1 after this.
All right.
ITK1.
Well, that means you have to challenge your source, Del.
Oh, yeah, you've got
my source is Kenneth. the friend of Eric Torsvett's dad. There you go.
No, I was a good friend with Stefan Iverson's dad. His name is Odd Iverson. He's the most goal scorer in all of Norway. He passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. A really good friend of mine was sadly passed away. I met a lot of good guys because Norwegian guys, you know, we go over there at my local pub, the Corner Pin. Brian knows, remember that?
Yep.
And I walked the streets there when I was 17 years old. It's like in the early 90s, and I got so many friends. And Tottenham, you know, it's amazing. And Eric Torsvett.
Kenneth was Onvidli and Arsenal Norwegian as well?
Yeah. He came.
I love that player. Wimbledon. I loved him.
He played for Liverpool and he went to the Wimbledon and yeah.
I'm just going to ask Matt a question. Is obviously Matt, just a question for you. You know, I've said to you with regards to your breaking news and your transfers, I fucking love them, and I've given up Sky Sports. I'd rather watch you. You basically compile that together, and tell me if I'm wrong. You basically compile it because you do your research via social media. Yep. If you did that exactly what you normally do, but you don't reveal, because normally what you say, Kilpatrick has mentioned, or Romano. If you did exactly what you do, exactly the same, but you instead of saying the names, you say sources believe to sources. Wouldn't you be doing exactly what Romano's doing?
Not at all. No. So I was hearing what you were saying, Bobby, about Romano getting sources off Twitter and stuff like that, and Josh was saying that you need to get the 3 sources and things like that, and with Romano, it's a case of being right rather than being first, and whatever way a journalist does it, there's going to be criticism. If he's going to be first, there's that element of risking the source being incorrect or not being reliable and things like that, so they're going to get criticized if they're wrong. But if Fabrizio Romano waits and makes sure the information he gets is absolutely spot on, well, then he's going to be called a tap-in merchant, which he often is. But I don't know. Obviously, I don't know Romano's sources, and I don't know where he gets his information from. But I can 99% guarantee you he doesn't get it from Twitter, and he doesn't get it from seeing all these different things saying, oh well, if everyone else is saying it, then it must be right, because he has such a huge reputation to uphold that he wouldn't risk listening to Alistair Gold, Dan Kilpatrick, Gianluca Di Marzio, as reliable as they are. But what Romano does do is, if he gets information from his sources, if someone else has that information first and posts that information, Romano will credit them as having that information first. But someone with that reputation and that degree of credibility, he's not going to risk that all on somebody else's sources.
Fair enough.
Who fact checks his credibility? Nobody.
It's a case of the story's
being wrong. He's been right or wrong. If he keeps being right, then people are going to say.
I can answer that.
But no one's fact checking it though. That's what I'm saying.
Let Josh speak. Let Josh speak.
I'm going to hang up now. Can I ask Stelos?
Yes, brother.
Are you from? I think you were on my Facebook for many years. We were friends on Facebook, but are you
please don't block me. Don't block me.
I'm not on Facebook.
I'm from London. I'm from London, but my family originally from Cyprus, Greek Cypriot.
Thinking about MySpace.
I was Listen. I knew this because I was in Ayia Napa. I was a bartender in Ayia Napa in 2004. I worked in Cyprus.
Oh, the Norwegian bar.
Yes.
My friend Kiri owns it. No way.
Norway bar.
Yeah.
Yenaris.
I don't believe it.
I'm not joking.
Mate, listen.
I was small world. On East Avenue before the last where they moved the bar away because they have to sell it. The guy is an Arsenal fan. Chris. And Chris is Arsenal fan, and I come in to Tottenham, and daughter, she is married with a big narcotic police in all over Cyprus. So I was golden, and I was in the bar with.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was there, and I saw you, Stelos, was on my Facebook many years, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" It's many years. You've been on my Facebook, many years.
I've never noticed. I'm not gonna lie. I've never noticed. I'm sorry.
This is first time we speak.
Listen, you have to come on Tottenham away. We have to get you on the show, man. One day.
No problem.
Oh, brilliant.
I want to. If anybody of you want to come over here, my pub, is. I told you, I showed Brian the ball I have here. Fucking listen, I'm gonna show you on TV now. You're gonna be surprised now.
What's he doing?
This has got to be the weirdest episode of This Is Your Life.
Look. This ball. This football here.
Oh, that's straight out of the 60s, that is.
Yeah.
It's 50 years old. And
yeah, that's the last time Spurs won the league.
And you see up here, Bill Nicholson. He have signed this ball. It's 50 years old.
Oh my God, that must be worth a fortune.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I got it from a friend in London at a local school. They said, Kenneth, you won this ball because he was in Lysvall Fjord in Norway. You know, and this ball is from 1971, 1972. All the players, over 23, 24 players. Joe Kinnear, Bill Nicholson.
What? That's crazy.
Is on this ball.
Kenneth, that ball must be worth so much
you need to
money.
get that ball framed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell it by the club. Sell it by the club.
You should put it in a glass
Sell it
box.
by the club.
Sell it by the club, yeah.
Look, I have a bar in my living room with Tottenham.
Oh, the ball's down.
Oh, you're
The
showing
ball's down. Lost half its value. Half the
That's
value's
half
gone.
price.
Tommy's balls.
Oh, Tommy's balls.
Right, I'm going for a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Okay, Brian.
The same here.
I suppose. Oh, you've muted Kenneth.
Kenneth, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You've muted yourself, mate. I don't think he can hear us.
He's putting my signed shirt.
That's
Shame,
fine.
with all his
That's fine.
stuff.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, fuck off.
What is this? What is this?
Honestly.
It's Will.
Dickhead.
That was pretty funny.
Kenneth, you're muted.
Oh, he's all right now. We can hear you now.
It's all right now. All right. Yeah.
Oh, we can hear. Oh.
Yeah.
You would love my place. All of you would love my place.
Yeah. Nice place, Kenneth.
It does look good.
Yeah.
But
The
Will,
ball
that
is
video is
epic.
brilliant. I think you need to play that video again, Will.
No, please don't. No.
Piss off, Will.
Shut up. Danny, shut up. Yeah.
I didn't see it, Will. Play it again.
Yeah, I need to see it as well.
No, Jason, shut up, please, Jason.
Will, play it, please.
What's wrong with you?
Oh,
I don't believe this.
here we
What
go.
is this? What is this? No, it's
Piss
not
off,
normal.
Jace.
No, it's not normal. It's not normal.
Oh, he's froze on that as well.
Yeah. He paid me good money to do that as well.
It was lucky you had all those dresses in your wardrobe already, you know?
That's it, mate. Yeah, yes. They call me Bobetta on Saturdays, so
I mean, whatever floats your boat, Bob.
that's it, mate. That's it.
Look at that photo of Brian Daigle. He looks like a proper professor, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So someone asked who fact
That's
checked.
brilliant, Will.
Will,
Fabrizio
you're having
Romano,
way
right?
too much fun.
Oh,
with
Will.
that.
He's been from fucking sleep.
Will's crying.
Will, welcome to
No,
your show.
I'm crying. I'm crying back here.
Welcome to
laughing.
Crying. Yeah, so funny.
Will,
to
do you
your
want any
show,
more
Will.
of them? You got any more of them?
Thanks for joining us on your show. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, we can only hold 10 people at a time. So if there's more than 10 folks, somebody's got to bounce out. So.
Is Matt Hayes it? Matty?
Yeah. Maddie's still there.
Yeah, just so you know, just in case, I have no criticism about your show, what you do. I think you're great, man, and I appreciate what you do for us as well. My issue was Romano. That's what it was. It was nothing to do with you.
Is your issue Romano or the
Thank you, sir.
Is your issue Romano or the fact that you don't see the purpose of so many millions of people relying on Romano?
I listened to him in the summer. Like I'm not really into this ITK1, ITK2, but then but in the summer, I was listening to a lot of people talk, and Romano, he categorically said Gareth Bale not coming to Tottenham. It's a non-starter. Forget it. Boom, Gareth Bale comes. I'm like, where does this guy get his sources from?
But he could have said that because there's reports that Jose didn't want Gareth Bale and that Daniel Levy wanted Gareth Bale to, pump money back into the club. So from his source, he could have got from a source. Yeah, there's no way Gareth Bale's coming back to the club.
So he's got
and
poor
then,
sources then, Wobble.
No,
He's
it's
got poor sources.
Someone asked who fact
Situation
checks
changed,
Fabrizio Romano, right?
Mm-hmm.
Consistency fact checks Fabrizio Romano.
It's not just that. He said there's no way we're getting a right back.
Stelios,
We're not getting
mate.
a right back. Spurs aren't in the
Mate.
market for a right back. Spurs don't want a right back. We go and buy Doherty. I'm like, I'm sorry. For me, when it comes to Tottenham, I don't rate Fabrizio Romano. I don't.
Stelios, mate, there's a classic line, man. Hindsight's 2020. When you're looking back on this, like, and as Josh would know, and Matt Hayes and Romano, as they're saying, they're going on clicks. They're going off. We live in a 24-hour news cycle, mate. We've got to go. They've got to be the first ones to have the relative sources, and the first few hours is when they're going to get their most revenue, their most views and attention, man. So you can say, oh well, look, he was wrong about this, but like that's going off the information you have now. Like it's you're trying to put the cart before the horse, man.
No, I said it when it happened. When it happened, I was like, forget it. Do you know what? In fact, I'll be honest with you. I haven't believed anything in the past month except for one thing, which was I really believed Fonseca was going to be the manager.
I mean, he was. He was.
But everything else, Conte, Poch, everything. I was like, until I see it, I'll believe it.
I've been busy all day. What's the latest rumor on our manager? Like, who's the favourite now?
Nuno.
Yeah. Nuno.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck me.
What about Valverde?
And Valverde as well.
I don't think Valverde. He doesn't speak good enough English, as bad as that is to say. I've noticed that in England, if you don't speak good English,
apparently he's gotten better.
You're not rated. You know what I mean? So
apparently his English is pretty good now.
If it is Nuno, how does everyone feel about that?
It's better than Graham Potter.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm up for it.
Brian.
Brian's not here right now. He went to go have a smoke.
Juan de Ramos couldn't speak English, and he was the last manager to win a cup at Tottenham.
But for all the people,
Poch had interpreted for 2 years. Remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
For all the British people here, Will's definitely got a Dennis the Menace theme going on with that too.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that all night.
What's Dennis the Menace?
That's why I said it.
Come on,
He's a comic book character from a
I
comic
know who
book.
Dennis the Menace is. It's a cartoon. It's American, man.
There's an American. There's an American.
Look, he's stolen that as well. He's been stealing stuff all night. Supermarkets, pharmaceutical companies,
nothing sacred.
Roads. Now he's stealing our cartoons.
I'm pretty sure he's stealing
our cartoons.
No,
by the way, just in case no one knows, CVS, the best company in America for making heat patches. These heat patches come in all sizes. This is my favorite size, and it's great for your back if you get an injury. That's CVS in North America.
May I ask a quick question about Romano, and then I'll drop the topic?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Well, do any of you know? Does he have an exclusivity contract with any sort of publication?
I've got no idea. Matty Hayes might know.
He gets paid, doesn't he? He asks.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have an exclusivity contract with a publication, like I don't know, a publication in Italy or something, then he gets paid on engagement, right?
That's right.
If he had an exclusivity contract, then
Matt will probably know more than us.
Yeah, Matty.
I don't know what I can say. I'll be honest.
Dude, that's completely fair.
Like, he's worked a lot with Sky Sport Italia. That's all I know, man.
Does he represent Sky Sport?
No,
Romano tends to get stuff right, though. Listen, I don't hate the guy. When he's more focused on Italian transfers or Italian stuff, he does tend to get stuff right over that side. I've noticed that. I have noticed that.
Why has he been struggling with these Tottenham stuff though?
I agree with what you're saying, but like I can just equate it back to
everyone's struggling with Tottenham stuff.
Yeah, everything at Tottenham is shambles, right? So obviously,
so right, Jay, so right.
I meant just specifically the Italian stuff, mate. Even he's getting that wrong.
What I will say about Romano is, if you look at, I know it's a very big story on deadline day every year with in Italy. A lot of the business done there is in one hotel. It's in either Rome or Turin. I'm not entirely sure about that. but it's one hotel. All the agents go there and they get their business done. So Romano kind of hangs out around there, and that's where he gets a lot of his information, and that's where he's kind of developed a lot of his relationships with some of the Italian agents like George Mendes, who represents a lot of Italian players, and some of those Italian super agents. So this is kind of what I was saying in my comment a while ago, just to kind of expand on that. Within these negotiations with Tottenham, Daniel Levy, for example, may have said to Antonio Conte, you can come to Spurs, I'll give you this, I'll give you this, I'll give you this, and Harry Kane will stay. And then Romano may have gotten that information from Conte's agent or somebody within Antonio Conte's entourage. So that is then the information that he relays, because that is a source that he has relied on in the past and can trust. He knows that information from that source is correct. However, Daniel Levy may not have been telling the truth to that source.
Exactly.
So Daniel Levy may have said to Conte, yeah, we'll keep Harry Kane if you come in. Then Conte comes in and Levy goes, oh, well, actually, we need the money, so we're going to sell Harry Kane. So that then...
Things change every day. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Hold on, guys. I need to read a super chat out first from Paul Brown. €5 super chat from Paul Brown. 61st minute. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Super chat from Paul Brown.
I can tell you why he said that, because on Tottenham away on an evening with the two Brians, I had my good friends from here and Toronto Spurs, Jake, on, and we were having a big talk. I think you were on that show still. When we were doing the Conte breaking not coming, and we were talking about doing a mass walkout like Liverpool did, like Liverpool did with the away tickets, and I think Spurs. And Jake said at 61st minute everyone should walk out, because that will have such a Well, Kenneth,
he's muted now,
Matt Hayes, do you think it was true that Conte couldn't have his old staff and he could only get 4 of them?
Yeah, I think that was true.
Because if that was true, that he couldn't get all his stuff, that's crazy.
Yeah, Kenneth.
It is crazy.
You got to remember,
Daniel Levy.
Yeah, it's Daniel Levy. It's simple as that. He's a psychopath.
Matt Hayes, do you know anything about that?
I don't have any inside information or anything on that. What I have heard. What's that?
Not me either. I just read what you can't say because all the papers say, oh, he didn't get older. You saw the next manager we got. No, there's tax problems. You could not. No, bullshit. So much bullshit.
That's a different thing. Kenneth, hold on. I totally appreciate you coming on the show and stuff like that. But like when people are in the middle of a conversation, you can't just interject, right? Like you got to wait for a pause, and then you can come in and change the subject. Because if somebody else is already talking, you can't change pattern right in the middle of somebody's sentence.
Sorry, but no, I have to
totally
just
cool,
ask Matt Hayes the question. Sorry, Will. I will not do it.
You just gotta wait for a break in the conversation, and then you can roll it out. But continue on now because you're already on that screen. I just wanted to let you know.
I respect you. Will, I respect you. I just had to want to ask Matt Hayes if he knew if there was any truth about he could not take this old staff to Tottenham. Sorry, Will. I'm not gonna do anything again. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's like we're at school. I like it. It's
like, You're fine, mate. You're fine. I mean, I'm just trying to say, like, when people are in the middle of a conversation, you don't want to interject and completely change the subject, right? You just wait for a break in the pause, and then we can talk about something else. But that's all I'm saying. You're totally cool. I was just,
If we don't have rules, it's chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos.
This is proper Tottenham. Chaos. This is proper Tottenham.
Do you think Harry Winks is a good player?
on that, right, guys.
Go there again.
On that note of him saying that, I need your head, man. It was good for me.
See you later, Jenny.
Catch up with you
later. Subscribe to all their channels and everything. I'm so tired, man. It's like 4 a.m. Anyway, cheers.
5, mate. Get it right.
5. That's how tired I am, man. I'm off. Right, bye.
Oh my God. Bob, you're not even funny. All right, Bob. Don't ever do that again.
Never again, Brian. I will buy a real Tottenham shirt. Can you will give me your address? I'm gonna send you a Tottenham Hotspur shirt. I'm gonna buy you. I'm gonna say USA and Will Stewart on the back, and you get number 10.
Yeah, just hit me up on Twitter,
Since
man.
we've
chatted on Twitter before. Just hit me up on Twitter. You're on Twitter, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Just DM me on Twitter, and I'll send you my address.
I respect all you lads, and
I
have to
respect
say
you too,
sorry
man. I was
to
just letting you
interrupt.
know.
It's just
No, you're totally
sometimes
fine, bro. Yeah,
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
sometimes I'm like a parrot.
No, I mean we all do that. We all
Sometimes I'm like a
have things we want to say, but sometimes we just gotta be,
Respectful.
Yeah, just not even. It's not even respect. I mean, it is respectful, but I mean, it's not even about respect. It's simply just about maintaining the flow. That's all it is. Yeah.
Don't break the train of thought.
Yeah.
Do you think Levy's misunderstood?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Don't make me play it again, Bob. Don't make me play it again, Bob.
Fuck off.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. What the hell?
Such a wank.
What the hell is this?
Hell, you're going to wait. When you finally go to sleep, you're going to wake up fucking seeing that.
I'm going to wake up fucking what?
Seeing that picture. That picture's going to wake him up out of his sleep.
Yeah,
I've just changed my name on Twitter. I'm now known as THFCRant ITK1.
There you go.
You're like a dog with a bone, aren't you? You ain't letting that shit go.
No,
Don't talk.
yeah, I'm like that. Yeah.
Don't talk over. Well,
Mate, it's 5 in the morning. Why am I holding the mic? It's 5 in the morning. I should have been in bed 3 hours ago.
Sun's coming up tomorrow.
What am I holding like?
Dog with a bone. Bone is also associated with your back. And if you have a bad back, what's the best thing to do, Sal?
Okay, I have to ask because I came on late and I was asleep. What the fuck are you doing still? Are you working for the shopping network or something?
No, Estelle thinks that the only country in the world that sells back heat for heat patches for back are America.
So you can get them in Asda.
No. The CVS brand, hands down, is the best anywhere. The CVS make the best.
Who's your store still?
I have to go to America.
TK1.
Brilliant.
Who's my source? Oh, very good.
Ketchup.
Me, I'm the source. Me.
Brian, that's next. That CBS is going to be your next sponsor.
Yeah.
That's the source.
Can I ask everyone an honest question now? Right?
Tell us.
Who do you?
Cyprus. Amazing. Tell us.
Cyprus. Yes, go. Yes, you can speak.
What was that video? Play it again.
Oh, my.
Yeah, go for it. Who do you believe? Right, honest question.
You have to go home for Canada. Fuck's sake, Brian! You have to move back home to N17.
Say again. Kenneth, I apologise. People are speaking over you. What were you saying?
I have to ask my neighbor.
What?
Will is I gotta buy you 5 Tottenham shirts. Shut up.
Don't worry about the Tottenham shirts. Just go in there and throw in like 5 super chats. You'd be good.
I can't breathe.
What was your tell? What was the question?
I don't know.
Come back to Canada.
Nobody speak.
I don't care.
Everyone shush. Kenneth,
This is Josh's first appearance, and he's thinking, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Sometimes I wonder if Will is hiding his Arsenal fan. We can't speak.
I thought he was shouting at me. I thought there's something wrong.
Cyprus.
was at Cyprus. What did I do?
Cyprus. I've been to Cyprus, and he doesn't. And we have many friends. He is like, wow.
Who cares? Who cares?
I swallow.
Who's your source, Kenneth?
Huh?
Stelos.
Cyprus.
Facebook for many, like 10 years, and I say Einapa and all that, and wow, fucking hell.
Sorry, have I left for 3 weeks to come back?
No, it's all right.
Have I fallen asleep?
We're going back to a conversation from 10 minutes ago. I've just cottoned on.
Right, okay, I'm with you.
And I have to buy Will Stewart.
I feel so sorry for Will because he's going to be up all night clipping this video for the next 3 hours. He's got.
I need your address, Will. I'm
poor Will.
Will, just give me your fucking address, man.
I apologise for my contribution to the work.
I genuinely want to know what your fucking question was. It's going to fuck me now.
Whose question?
All right.
I've lost all train of thought.
Still had a real question.
I've got a question. Right. So, Will, can you put Kenneth on mute, please?
Cyprus.
Okay. Brian, me and you have a Morse code. You know a Morse.
Oh, you're killing me.
Wait, Kenneth. Everyone shut up because I got to hear this question. Kenneth, what did you just say?
Morse code.
Morse code.
SOS.
Yeah. Kenneth, I've just about managed England. Morse code is way too advanced for me.
Anyway, so about your question, still.
It's too funny.
Because I'm not letting it go.
Just ask a question, Stel.
Kenneth, I beg you, please.
Jason's gonna.
Don't say anything, I beg you.
Oh shit!
So just get your question out. Get it out.
Right. Okay, do you want it in English or Morse code?
Abacab. Give it to me in Abacab.
All right. So
and say, I'm going to buy everybody cookie.
Good night.
Will, you're muted. Will, you're muted.
Kenneth, you're muted for now. Stelios, ask the question, then I'll unmute you.
This must be a good question. Stel, this must be a really good question.
Better be a good one.
This drum roll. Good.
Drum roll.
Why is the pressure on me? I wasn't interrupted.
No, but you said you had a question.
Right.
The best after all this be a good question.
It's too much pressure. Don't put the pressure on me. Right.
Forgotten the question.
In your honest opinion,
Cyprus.
Who do you...
Mute you too, Bob, damn it. Go.
Who do you honestly believe was telling the truth? Daniel Levy in his video when he said, "Don't believe anything."
The other one, and I don't know who the other one is yet.
Don't believe anything until it comes out of the club, or it doesn't have to just be Romano. It could be anyone. Kilpatrick, like the ITK1 or the ITK2s. Alistair Golds. Who do you believe was saying the truth? The journalist.
Discredit what Levy said in one sentence.
Go on.
Okay, so he said, "Don't believe anything unless it comes out of the club," right?
Yeah.
But we knew for weeks
in terms of which managers they were going after.
Be the...
This was specific to managers that because he said some managers.
I mean, he didn't say that specifically. He didn't say don't believe what comes out of the club specifically in relation to managers. He just said,
yeah, because he was saying we've been linked to a lot of managers. Yeah, he definitely was talking about managers.
It was part of it was the same sentence.
He didn't mention which ones though.
So my point is, when Dan Levy said we've been linked to a lot of managers, some of them we've never even spoken to. Don't believe everything you hear. Who was telling the truth, Levy? No. Or was he covering it up, or were the journalists telling the truth, or the journalists just waffling? Like, so who do you believe out of the two? That's a question to everyone. Like,
Big up,
in my opinion, I think it's a bit of column A and a lot of column B.
You allowed it now.
I don't think that we've spoken to all the managers
Cyprus is
we've
the
reported
answer.
to have spoken to, but I definitely think we've spoken to a fucking few. You know what I mean?
And Kenneth, you're unmuted now, by the way, just so you know.
I just
think he only said that because he wanted to save face on the fact that Conte turned us down because Levy is an imbecile. Like, that's it.
Well, you
Like,
ain't
he
wrong.
only said that in relation to Conte.
So Wobbles,
And
you
Conte
think
turned us
Levy was
down,
just...
and he doesn't want to. He doesn't accept anything in it like negative, so he doesn't want to accept the fact that Conte turned us down. So he'll say, "Oh, we didn't speak to him," but that's bullshit because everything
so
else that
you think Levy was just stone cold lying?
he's saving, he's trying to save face because he doesn't want to look like more of an idiot than he already is.
Yeah.
And then he jumps onto it. You got to remember, still, does this guy have any credit? Well, you know what I think of him, but if your club is on fire, or your business, or your family, whatever, you pour water or petrol in it, he pours petrol and then jumps on a flight to a yacht in the Bahamas to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
That's what. That's you got to look. You got to look at it that way. He does this video at Tottenham, and then he's on a beach in the he's on a private yacht in the Bahamas in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because he's out of fire at night.
Yeah.
Guys, is it possible? Guys, is it possible? Is it possible then? I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking from my head now. Is it possible that there are people?
There you go, Mark. There you go, Mark.
There's people on the board who were so against going into the ESL that Levy was hell bent on doing. The fact that it got pulled back, those board members aren't happy with Levy now, so they're leaking information to the reporters to create this storm that's happening as a way to try and get back at Levy. Is that possible?
I think all these leaks are
anything is possible.
Tottenham Hotspur, hell yeah.
What was that, Matt?
I think this is all coming from Paratici. You can look at the way the Italians do things. They make these things public. Like you might remember when Christian Eriksen was going to Inter Milan. Before that deal was done, they were there showing pictures of him arriving at the airport, doing his medical. It was the same with Romelu Lukaku. It was the same with Alexis Sanchez. They do things in a more public manner. And Tottenham, for the most part, have been known for getting things done behind the scenes. Nobody knew about Jose Mourinho until Pochettino was sacked. And 11 hours later, there was these interviews with Jose and everything. Even with like you were mentioning a while ago with that Gareth Bale deal, I think it was the Tuesday we kind of started realizing, like hearing what was going on there. Then by the Friday, Bale was at the training ground and we knew there was an announcement coming. However, with Paratici coming in now, things are going to be a lot more public. And that is where, of course, Romano, DiMarzio, Calcio Mercato, all that are going to start getting their more and more news on that.
How much of an influence did Paramatucci have on going for Gattuso? And if he did have a say in it, why isn't he being called out?
I think people are still blaming Daniel Levy for all these things. And I said it when Fonseca, when that news started breaking and people were giving out about Levy. And I said, look, 100% criticize Daniel Levy. He deserves that criticism. But you can't demand that Daniel Levy renounces the control of the footballing side of things. And then when he does that, when the person he's given that control to, when he makes bad decisions, you can't blame Daniel Levy for that. And it was Paratici who went for Gattuso because he tried to bring him to Juventus.
Well, then that's what I mean. He should be. I'm sorry. He should be made accountable.
Fired, removed.
Oh, he should be. Absolutely should be.
Yeah.
Matt, I would just like to ask a question. Paratici and Levy now, are they going to knock heads already? Before he starts his,
there's talk in there of a power struggle and a personality clash already.
I've heard there's people within the
Where's
club
that coming from? Is that true or?
Hold on, go on, Matt. What were you saying?
I was saying I've heard that there's people within the club who have absolutely no faith in Daniel Levy actually being able to give that power over to someone like Paratici because he is a control freak. He is a micromanager who simply will not be able to kind of take that step back and allow someone else control the footballing side of things because he, despite being the absolute idiot that he is, feels he knows best.
So this is the thing, Matt. This is the thing, Matt. Well, the thing is as well is then it just goes to show Levy for the prick that he is, because he even said it on the video. In person, Paratici is taking control of all footballing and transfer matters.
Yeah.
He's literally got on camera. So if this is a stupid thing, why do that? When you know, when we all know with Levy's track record, Matt, you're bang on right. The board have no faith. we all have no faith that he's going to do it. So why bring him in? Like Mourinho.
You know why you say that? You know why he says that? He says that to use Paratici as a scapegoat in case things go wrong. So
I said that from the beginning.
I brought him in. He messed it
but
up.
Don't do it in public, Josh. Don't do it in public where millions of people.
No, you 100% do it in public so that you have it on record. So that
then follow through on it.
known to everyone.
Yeah, but it
I'm
works
no
both
longer
ways.
in control of this.
But it works both ways. If he's seen not to, like Matt's saying, if Matt's saying, and I heard Andy Gold say that as well, and like everyone said, Matt's been like Tottenham Hotspur news 24/7 around the clock around the transfers and the breaking news with managers. If you got to look at it both ways. If he comes on camera and says, right, Paratici's going to do all this, then if we go for the type of caliber players he doesn't cut, he wants and he doesn't get,
we know that's not.
And he doesn't get back. He said on TV, you're going to do it. So if Paratici comes out and says, well, no, he hasn't, or people let us know he hasn't, he's got it. It's like Exhibit A. It's like Exhibit A. The main evidence is there. You can't get out of it.
In fact, it's the opposite of covering his ass. He's hung his
Exactly.
ass out there against
The trick is to do the news
you
in
can
Morse
relate it
code,
back
Matt.
to what he did with Jose. He didn't back Jose. He said he was going to back Mourinho. On that whole documentary, he's looking at him like he's a piece of meat, you know, and he didn't back Jose. So what makes you think a ruthless billionaire like Daniel Levy would actually back someone? And
but that's not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying, Josh. We're saying he's now got it.
Point.
He's now been seen on. If he'd said that all in private, we haven't got a leg to stand on. We don't have a leg to stand on. We know nothing. He's now said it.
He has more of an out now because let's say Paratici brings in a new manager, new players. He sets it up and then shit goes wrong. Daniel Levy can simply just be like, it was Paratici's fault. I gave him full control.
Yeah, but Josh, you're leaving the point out where Paratici, if he leaves, comes out and says, "No, I fucking didn't." And the thing you've got to look at, if that happens, Josh, put it this way.
I'm sure Paratici has to sign an NDA. That's all.
Josh, I'll put it this way: if it happens that way, and I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Surely. I know for sure I will. And hopefully now most Spurs fans will say, well, let's have a look. Paratici's come in and said he's going to do one thing, and it hasn't happened. Who's wrong? Him, who we've known for 5 minutes, or someone that's done this for 14 years, and there's 14 years of evidence? Who do you believe?
I agree with your sentiment, but what I'm saying is, okay, I view it like this. Daniel Levy is the puppet master, right? And Paratici's the little puppet he has on string. If at any point he feels as though Paratici's making him look more of an idiot than he already is, he's just gonna cut bait with him and be like, you know, it didn't work. Paratici could come out the next day and be like, yeah, he didn't back me, he didn't, you know, he's an idiot. And then we'd just be like, oh, that's who Daniel Levy is. We know that's who he is, but there's literally nothing we can do because he owns the club. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, but that's not what he's. Yeah, but dude, his point isn't what can we do. His point is that fucking Levy's made it public and he's hanging his ass out.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Nothing you've said disproves. Yeah, but nothing you've just said disproves his point, in my opinion.
No, I'm saying like, what difference does it make? If he hangs his ass out to dry again,
what I'm trying to say, Josh, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people here, or most people here, are completely, totally and utterly Levy out. And the people that are in the middle, and the people that are Levy in, we're trying to get them to come over. I'm sorry, there's a Norwegian echo. Can you hear me?
Kenneth,
So yeah, hopefully those Levy in or Levy on the fence. Once they see he's come out on camera again and spoken nonsense, it's going to happen. We've got little by little we're going to start winning this war. But if he goes out and says, if he comes out and does that interview, and everyone on here has done a show on it or watched a show on it, and everyone is calling it the same bullshit because we see it.
Yeah,
and it's, now we're just waiting for the other people to come over and say, right.
What you're saying
I
is
see the light.
you're looking for the point where people will jump ship on him, right? Where people will
exactly
be like, I've had enough. But like, that should have been when he sacked Mourinho before the cup final.
I know this. It should have been.
But
it hasn't been.
For some people, they just like the club. They like the majority of people aren't gonna they're not invested enough in the club.
Wobbles. I'll tell you, Wobbles. The moment will be at the end of August when every fan will see who has come in and who has gone out, and then every fan will be able to judge what the club is planning for this season. So when the transfer window shuts, that's when you're going to get the reaction. Because if we do enough business, fans will be like, okay, well, let's give it a chance. If we don't do the right business and it's quite underwhelming, I think fans are going to flip.
Well said, Wayne Bonner.
Yeah.
Mr. Super Chat.
Let me read out the super chat from Wayne Bonner.
Before you do that, I'm off, guys. I'm off.
Okay,
Good
okay,
night,
Danny,
everyone.
take care.
Brother.
Good night,
Danny.
Take care. See you next time,
Good night,
Danny.
Jason.
Yeah,
Good
have a
night.
nice sleep.
Daddy, I'll call you tomorrow and see you on Tottenham away Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys,
See you.
all
Good
right.
night. Have a good rest of the show, guys.
Danny, later.
Okay.
Hold
Super
on,
chat from Will's back.
Hold on 2 seconds. I have to tell Brian before I sign off. 2 seconds to all of you. Listen, you know what I missed the most? To see all of you fans in the bars in White Hart Lane, and see the fans, and be happy. We drink beer and sing songs. Brian, you know I missed that. That for me is Tottenham family. Go to the bars, bricklayers, couch and horses. You name it. You know.
Bricklayers
and
arms.
meet you guys and sing songs together. You know I miss that. Fucking Corona, I miss that to see all you guys. Fucking, I miss. Fuck this to see family.
Well, I'll be doing that in October, and I'm looking forward to seeing Wayne. I'm actually going to meet up with Wayne Bonner. That's a guy I'm really looking forward to meeting up with.
He says Levy's been digging a hole for himself for 20 years.
Say again, still?
Super chat, Wayne. It helps a
What
lot.
dates you back, Brian?
So the dates I'm looking at, tickets haven't been booked yet, because I've got to find out. Over here now, I don't know. Will, just very quickly, have you had both your vaccines yet, Will?
Yeah.
Did you get, okay, did you have both the same?
Like the same brand? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here they're now telling us to mix it. So I've got to find out.
No, Brian, that's
dangerous.
No, it's actually it's not, but
you can decline it though.
Because what they're saying, it's because I had AstraZeneca, Jay.
Yeah, no, that's why you're being told to mix it because you took the dodgy one.
Yeah, basically. well, it's me, innit, mate? It's me. So yeah, I'm gonna get five. So I've got to find out, but I've got to find out when I can fly. But the dates I have in mind are September the 29th to October the 20th.
Yeah.
We don't even do AstraZeneca here in the US.
Yeah,
I had the Russian ones. I had the Russian
stopped
one.
it in Toronto,
Sputnik.
but they brought it back.
Sputnik.
We got the China ones.
That's funny.
Those ones probably work better. To be honest.
Dead hair.
Yeah, so don't complain, right?
over here in England, we had the English ones.
We don't even have them in Ireland.
No, we got the Chinese ones.
Listen, Irish people don't need the vaccine. The quality of your Guinness is enough.
Matt Hayes. Brian Diggle, he has the Levy vaccine.
Best Guinness in the world, man.
Oh no, mate, trust me. I'd like to give Levy his vaccine. That's what I'd like to do. You've got the words mixed up there.
So many different ways.
Listen, Will Stewart needs some vaccine, man. Give him some super chats. The vaccine, the real vaccine.
That is the vaccine because Bob tanked the stream early on in the stream. So
where's he gone?
He did
to sleep.
I guess it's free to play this again. So
yeah.
Oh no.
That picture right there cracks me up more than anything. If Bob was a Korean girl. Vaccine. Thank you, man.
And I'm talking over you, and you show this on your channel. What the fuck? Well,
what?
Will,
I want a pint of what he's drinking. That's what I want.
What I'm drinking?
I want
No,
the vaccine that
Kenneth.
I want the vaccine that Kenneth had.
Aliens.
it's called the Hot Shot Tottenham.
I see what you did there. That was quite good.
I had a hot shot.
Aaron's seen it for the first time. He's like, man, that's something I can never
I
unsee.
don't see it again. Yeah.
Brian,
ain't
what date's
wrong.
you back?
I said it should be September 29th to October 20th. So I come back the week after. I come back the week after the fucking NLD. They can't even do that right.
So September the 29th you're coming?
Yeah. Should be a Wednesday, yeah?
Danny with a £2 super chat. Vaccine.
So we can go to the Aston Villa home game
Everybody
if you
super
want.
chat vaccine. Matt, vaccine.
Brian,
Danny,
we can go to Villa at home.
vaccine.
Say again?
We can go to the Villa at home game.
Oh, mate. Like I said, if I can get into that ground, I'm of course.
I'll
I'm
get you
not
a
paying.
ticket.
I'm not paying any. I won't pay any money for it because I'm not giving Levy any of my money.
No, I've got 4 season tickets. I'll get you. Sorry.
There we go. There we go. Then you and me can be heard together. Well, that'd be quite a sight.
Bring the banners.
That's going to be a sight.
There goes my season tickets.
There's like wanted posters at the ground.
Do you know what? I actually think, Josh, I because as Still rightly said, every channel I go on and every rant I have, I email it to him. So I actually think, like when the World Cup
Are you
was
being
on,
facetious or like are you actually being serious?
I'm being deadly serious.
He emails Daniel Levy every day.
Let's have a look. I send him I'll tell you the last
Do you
email I
at
sent.
least use a VPN?
No. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Wayne says, "What the f was that video? My eyes are burning."
So that I don't know if it's the last email I sent him. And as you let me just see if I can get the email address on you. Can you see the email
Go there,
address?
Will. Read that one out.
Come on, Will. Try your best. Try your best. I
May
believe in
I
you.
ask where you got his email address?
I said,
It's on Tottenham Hotspur website, Josh. It's on his website, Josh. It's quite simply daniel.levy@tottenhamhotspur.com. And after Will's Levy Land I sent him the following email with the link to Will's show. Daniel, I can't tell the truth, Levy. Congratulations on setting a new record of 72 hours before your words turned out to be nothing more than lies. Although this time you have outdone yourself. In the last week, you have bought a golf course, followed by submitting plans to undertake a massive building project, all within days of saying all the money goes back into the footballing side of the club. You've managed to all do this while having another week without a manager, making it 57 days without having a bloody manager at the club. You are a disgrace, an embarrassment, a mercenary, and a pathological liar. Sell the bloody club. I will be back for the NFL protest, and believe me, I will be heard. Best wishes, your number one hater, Brian.
It's great. Matt, there's a request from you to read that out. So,
what does it mean, Matt?
I want to hear your. I want to hear your attempt first.
Will.
So I said, "On before said der gutat and lithius."
Brian, Brian,
I don't speak Gaelic.
Brian.
Yes.
Can you tell Brian? Can you tell Will?
I'm right here, man. You can tell me yourself.
Why don't you tell Will? Tell me yourself.
Because Brian is number one fan. Listen, listen, Will. Let's come together. Listen now. Listen.
Will,
Brian,
listen, Will.
Brian,
Listen,
tell Brian, tell.
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm here.
Will, listen,
Team.
Brian. Tell Will.
Brian, which team has Levis' son support? Tell Will. Arsenal.
Will what?
Fucking Arsenal. Levis' son support Arsenal.
Oh, we know that. Kenneth.
Listen, Daniel. But one thing I will say, I don't know if you know, Daniel Levy's son is actually engaged to Alan Smith's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I
want to hear Matt read the super chat out because I want to hear.
No, I've been waiting for this.
Go, Matt.
So this is it is actually a really Aaron Dove knows I'm on about it. It's this Irish joke that we always do to anybody who doesn't speak Irish. So people, this is a life lesson for all of you as well. If you ever meet an Irish person and they're a bit giddy. So this is an Will Cadigum Dulgadi and Leheris. And an Irish person. No, you weren't. An Irish person.
What does it mean?
an Irish person will tell you this is like some really elaborate romantic way of saying I love you. Like they say, oh, like I can't live without your soul or stuff. It means can I go to the toilet? But if an Irish person tells you to say this to a loved one, just ignore them.
No, you can't do it. No.
Anwyl Cadigum Dolgadi and Leharis. Just hit them.
Well, Matt, do you reckon what's the chance of me remembering that by the time I get to Ireland?
I have full faith in you, Brian. I always have full faith in you.
And then Aaron responded to the fact that he was going to the bathroom with he's chipping in for the Dago Go Home Fund. Wrong channel, mate. But thank you.
Yeah.
That gets him no closer.
Well, do you know what it is? Do you know what? I'm going to start a GoFundMe, and then you can donate that. He's a top.
I'll give you $5. There you go.
There you go. He's a top dude, man. He's reached out to me on Twitter. He's a top dude.
Yeah.
So Will actually got closer to coming home than you.
Matt Hayes.
Yeah.
Matt Hayes, did you know Kenny from Ireland, the old governor of Bricklayers? The whole family was from Ireland.
Who?
The Bricklayers. Tottenham Bar. Kenny.
Sorry, who are you talking to?
He's talking to Matt.
I'm asking Matt Hayes if he knew the governor of Bricklayers. It's
I don't know him, no.
They were Ireland.
Well, I like
Kenny,
them now.
Matty, the owner of the pub in Tottenham is Irish. Surely you must know him.
It's all right, Aaron.
I'm a disappointing Irishman.
Aaron, hold on, Aaron. I promise you that as soon as Tottenham Boy gets their stuff up, I will send him a $5 super chat. There you go.
Well, now you sent two $5 super chats, but one for you as well. That's from the boy. That's from our man there.
Okay. Yeah.
You see, I'm going to leave you on you now to get me home.
I'll do $10.
I don't accept $5. There you go. See, look how I leave that deal.
Yeah, but for each day we don't receive it, there's an interest, right?
Oh, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk later.
From each day, the dollar sign actually appears on your channel. After that, you can't charge me interest when you don't even have the option.
That's a very good point.
So.
I just unlevied my levy deal. I just literally been leaving.
Why am I still awake?
It's like the fun stuff. Do you know, Matt, I've been thinking that for about 2 hours.
I mean, we're already like 16 minutes past the show normally ending, but I mean, these shows are known to go on for a lot longer than they're supposed to.
Oh, Matt, Will, sorry, did you start at 9 today, not 10? Is that the new time, 9 o'clock?
I'm starting at 9 simply because it keeps me from being up until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I wonder how the people back home feel about that.
It's 5:20.
This is the great thing about being on this side of the pond.
I've got to be up in 4 hours for Father's Day breakfast.
Who does that? I guarantee you that none of my kids will even come up and say Happy Father's Day tomorrow. I guarantee you.
Happy Father's Day, Will.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Jason.
I live in a house, there's me and my 3 boys, and I guarantee you, not one of them 3 fuckers is going to say Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, the funny part is my wife is Korean, and she's like grown up in Korea, so she doesn't even celebrate Mother's Day. And the first time in 14 years that I haven't gotten out and gotten her a card because my son had a tournament, and so I was gone all day on Mother's Day. She got pissed off at me. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, in 14 years of being married, I've never as much even gotten a card or a necktie or a pair of socks or nothing. And the one time that I can't get you something because I was out all day, I catch shit.
Oh, mate.
You're a bad person, but
I know.
See, this is the thing. That's why I'm lucky. I get it's my birthday and anniversary on Tuesday, so she can't get out of that one.
Will.
Yes, sir.
This is an American guy. Will.
I'm American. Yes.
My son is 26. Who do you think I named my son after?
Bill Nicholson, Eric Torsfeld, the Irish guy, the bricklayer.
Excuse me. Will, please guess. Will guess the name.
Yeah, he got it. Eric. Yeah, Eric. Yes. He's named after Eric.
Well done, Will. Well done, Will.
Well done, Will.
Eric Ten Hag.
Eric.
Eric Tottenham Hotspur. Sorry.
Well, on that bombshell,
you run a pinball. The corner pin.
What?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Pinball? I play pinball.
He knows every bar everywhere. He knows one in Cyprus. He knows the Irish guys and the bricklayers.
I've never been to England in my life.
Listen,
Is there any bar where you have to order in Morse code?
Yes, that was me.
Mate, is this show even about... Sorry, is this show even about Tottenham anymore?
Doesn't matter.
That was secret.
I mean, it's 3 hours on
Will,
right now.
this is secret. Yeah. Don't tell Will, Miss Stewart. Don't tell Will. We have Morse code. Don't tell.
On that bombshell, I'm going to say goodnight, gentlemen. It's been
all right,
emotional.
Jason.
Jay, brother, I'll speak to you soon.
Roger.
Catch you later, Jason.
Catch you later, Jason.
Oh, my man, Jay.
Wayne Bonner asked, Brian, is it your birthday this Tuesday coming?
Yeah, well, do you know what? Wayne Bonner, bless him, he actually sent me a birthday, happy birthday on the 22nd of May, because he knew it was the 22nd. But it's the 22nd of June, yeah.
Daniel Levy can send you a happy birthday. Phone you up.
No, I don't think I'm on his Christmas, or actually being Jewish, I'm not on his Hanukkah card list. I still think there's a do not enter sign for me at White Hart Lane.
There's probably some
Brian, the way you're going, right?
Hold on, I gotta read Bob's message. Hold on,
I've got to read it.
I gotta read Bob's message. So it's beep 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 beep.
How dare you say something like that in this stream, Will?
Make it demonetized for that comment, Bob. Thanks again.
Well, is it Irish? Is it broken down into your Irish saying? Is that just saying, please go to the toilet?
If I could copy and paste, I could actually probably translate it for you, but I'm not a ditty bopper.
Can I say, Mr. K was the funniest person at the protest. He was literally walking around shouting, Wayne Bonner! Has anyone seen Wayne Bonner? Mr. Bonner! Where's Wayne Bonner?
But did you find him in the end?
You found him in the end, I think, yeah.
Yeah, you found him in the end. It worked. Oh, it's SOS.
Aaron's translated for us. It's SOS Save Our Spurs is what Bob put in there.
Will, what's his second name?
Dove.
Oh, you got it. I'm impressed. I was hoping you'd mess it up.
Ginty schooled me on it.
I see. I'll have to get you all one day for trying to pronounce Irish names. It'll be a fun day.
Yeah, do you know the one I can't get, Matt? I love this name because it's my cousin's middle name, but I hate fucking whenever I hear it. It's the worst name in the world to spell, and it's Siobhan. How the fuck do you spell Siobhan?
Siobhan.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes perfect sense, Brian. I don't know what's confusing you.
Wayne says, happy birthday and anniversary for the right day.
Okay, so that's another £2 you owe me. I'm starting to go GoFundMe. Cheers, Wayne, buddy.
McDove.
Cheers, brother.
McDuff Gale.
Well, I'm going to head to bed now. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Josh, listen, Josh, just very quickly, Josh, where are you in Toronto?
I live downtown, about 15 minutes from Eaton Centre.
Okay, so do you ever come to the Scotland Yard?
I have never.
Okay, so listen, next year I'm on the board of Toronto Spurs, the Scotland Yard on the Esplanade.
Yeah,
the official.
I live right near Esplanade, so.
Yeah, just come right down. We normally get 200-300 people in the game.
Wow. Okay.
All right, there's a huge Tottenham community, so come in, matey. And if you're on Facebook, join Toronto Spurs, and I'll accept you into it straight away. I'm on the board. Facebook's my baby on that. So yeah, when we're open up again, come down to Scotland Yard at the beginning of the season.
Okay, thank you for the invitation.
No worries, brother.
Have a good night, everybody.
And you.
Yep, and my name is apparently Guillaume Stibard.
It what?
I have a feeling you pronounced that wrong, Will. But see what Aaron is saying here. The interesting thing, well, I say interesting, the extremely annoying thing with Irish is, do you know the way, like in different parts of the UK and different parts of the US, we have like different accents across the country. In Irish, we just have different ways of saying things. It's like words can be just pronounced the complete opposite. They're the exact same words, same language, you couldn't even recognize them. So I pronounce this as Makdov Al, but Aaron probably says it a different way.
Makdov Gal. Al. Okay.
Yeah. The letter combinations in Irish are just...
Yeah, because in Irish and even in Scottish Gaelic, it's completely different. Because Ginty said that my name was Gillum. In Scottish Gaelic, but in Irish, according to Google, that's what it is.
Dean and Liam?
Danon, Liam, and Stever. That's the one.
Okay.
See, BH is pronounced as a V, but so is MH.
Right.
We also don't have a V.
So basically, like Siobhan.
Siobhan, yeah, BH is a B. But then in like Neve, that's MH. That's also pronounced
that's the other one, Neve. How do you spell Neve?
Niamh.
See, I see it. N-E-I-N. I can't believe we're getting into a game of countdown here. N-I-E-V-E, no?
No.
Or N-E-I-V-E.
There's no V in Irish. We don't have that letter.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So use NH as V.
No, MH or BH is pronounced as V. Yeah.
Oh, NH or BH is pronounced as V. So it's...
But sometimes it's not pronounced at all.
Oh,
it's like that word I put in a second ago, B-H-F-U-I-L, is just pronounced as will. It's a broken language.
Do you know what? When I came on tonight, if I knew I was going to get an Irish education in spelling, I would have given you £1 million.
Well, I'll take it. I'd love to give you a proper lesson on this one day because I don't even understand it.
That's the one. Cheers, Bob Spur. That's how I would spell Neve, actually. I don't know why I got... But you just said there's no V, so we're wrong, Bob.
It would be Neebhe.
But, Will, I actually wanted to ask you, but like I said to Josh just before, hopefully after all this is done and all the flights are back to normal, you'll have to come over to Toronto, watch a game with us. And me and Bri will fly out to Carolina where you are, or New York where Jack is, because we're planning to do New York.
Yeah, that's a bit far for New York for me, but and also too, I may be moving in the next couple of months, so but I'll let you know.
Within the States?
Yeah, like I'm not moving any far. I'm either moving to another city here in North Carolina and or to the state next door, like Georgia or something like that. But
okay,
trying to get closer to a better club for the kid.
Nice.
Whereabouts
that's what good parents do.
is Carolina in America?
Southeast.
What, above Miami?
Well, a little bit above Miami. About 10 hours north of Miami. But Miami is at the very end of Florida, which is the very southernmost point of the United States.
Florida, not Miami. I'm tired.
But like yeah, so you have Florida, the Georgia. Tail end of Georgia, just the boot hill of it, and then South Carolina, North Carolina. So I'm about 10 hours from Miami, which is the very southernmost part. About 5 hours from Florida itself.
New York to Florida, are you halfway in between, kind of thing?
Not even half. No, I'm closer to Florida than New York. So from New York to Florida is probably about a good 24-hour drive.
It's so big, America, isn't it?
Oh, mate, still, I can't believe, like, obviously you and me grew up together in North London. I still find it strange to say I could drive 10 hours north and I'm still in Ontario. I haven't even left this province. It's ridiculous. The size of these two countries is just insane.
I drove from San Francisco to San Diego, and that took about almost 15 hours.
And that's not even that far, to be honest.
And then we drove to Vegas from LA. That took 5.5 hours. Yeah, it's a big country, man.
Mate, like I said to you, I can fly home
Canada as well.
I can fly home to London the same time it takes you to fly home to Vancouver or fly across the country.
I live 4 hours from the Atlantic Ocean, east. So I'm 4 hours west of the Atlantic Ocean. But to my house, to my home, where my family's from in Missouri, which is in the Midwest, I'm 12 hours. So that's just halfway across the country.
I'll just get on a plane. I'd have to.
Yeah, but the plane tickets here aren't cheap like they are over there. Like you guys can jump on a plane for $12 or £100 or something like that and go wherever. For us, it costs just even to go from here to St. Louis costs probably $250.
And
You don't have any budget airlines there?
still, for me to fly to Vancouver, it's cheaper for me to fly into the States and then fly from the States back into Canada.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. The budget airlines don't work well over there?
We don't have budget.
There's not that many. They don't have like an EasyJet or Ryanair.
Oh, okay. It's not like we have Air Asia and in Europe you got Ryanair and all that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get on Ryanair if you paid me. I'd rather swim.
That is the best thing
Brian,
about
how
Asia.
dare you.
The quality of airports in Asia is unrivaled.
Depending on the one. Yeah.
Airports in America are shambles.
The international airports in Asia are okay, but like in China, if you ever go to like a local, so because a lot of the factories for my businesses are in China, so I go over there to do product stuff. If you go to a local domestic airport, it's nothing like the international ones. I mean, it might be a box with some seats, and that's about it. And there's no terminal. You literally have to walk across the runway and get on the plane.
There's no
letters,
arm or the wing to come out for you to.
That sounds like all of Greece.
Yeah, and then too,
All
but
of
your
Greece is
flight,
like that.
the time your
International,
flight leaves
domestic.
is just a recommendation because most of the time they share the airports with the military. So if the military are running any kind of test flights or whatever, your flight can be delayed for like 6 to 7, 8 hours until their military's done doing what they're doing.
That's ridiculous.
It's better to get on a train in mainland China than fly.
The train's much better in China.
Like the bullet trains and stuff like that. It's much better.
But in Malaysia, the airways are quite well linked, but mostly to the major states and cities. But once if you reach to the rural areas, you do get really small airports. That only lands the Fokker. That's all. They don't even take jets.
Propeller planes are safer. I don't know
That's
why.
why I swear analyst and my shirt's not red. It's red and blue.
Do you know what, Will? You wear the same exact colours as my club. That's our club colours. Navy, red. Actually, no, as is gold as well. White and gold.
My son's club colors. The badge is like completely different colors from the kits. I don't get that. But that's what they do, and he wears white and black. Used to wear red, but not anymore. White and black.
White and black. It's very Real Madrid. No, Juventus.
White and black.
Juventus.
But the funny thing about it is the badge colors are more like Aston Villa-ish, but they wear white and black kits. I don't know why.
Pretty sure Will's shirt is one of the United States national team shirts. Yeah, it is. Where it says USA on it, that's the...
Yep.
Yeah,
this
is
giveaway.
from, I think this is 2019.
Bryce.
This isn't a kit, but it's a 2019
training top.
Training shirt.
Sorry, no. I forget. Training apparel.
Training apparel.
I'll tell you what, with you saying the USA team, I just have to say, just in case my best mate Jerry's watching, which I doubt he might be, so his sister is a very, very high-powered lawyer, and I mean high-powered. She's moved over to New York, and when I say high-powered, she was to be Michael Jackson's lawyer when he came over to do the England 50 Days, and she's just been appointed the official American Olympic team's legal counsel. So just in case he's watching it, I just wanted to say congratulations. And Daniel Levy, if you'd ever do watch these and thinking of suing me, I've got a high-priced lawyer, bitch.
There you go.
No, I was saying, Brian, what if Levy takes a restriction order on you and you can't go back to the UK?
Go back to you can't stop me going back to the UK. You might be able to stop me from getting. Then I just use Stealth's clown mask.
No problem.
I just used to, or I'll do a Nicolas Cage or John Travolta face off. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I like the way he did that. Where there's a will.
I'm right here.
There's a will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was Will spelled with the BHF.
And then, like my name is so well known. Like in Spanish, it's Guillermo.
I'm going to call you Guillermo from now on.
And in German, it's Wilhelm.
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 We had a player called that, Willem Korsten.
William in German.
Remember him? What a waste of space.
Oh, mate, he's got a wicked goal. He's got a wicked goal against United.
Absolute waste of space.
Willem Korsten's got a wicked goal against Manchester United on the final day of the season.
I am not BJ, Aaron. I'm not. He was literally super chatting while I was sitting right here earlier in the stream. You totally missed it.
It just so happened Will was looking at his phone at the same time. It's a coincidence.
No, I wasn't looking. Check it.
Do you know what? I've just been looking at my. I just sent Matt Hayes. I had to send him when we mentioned Ryanair. I had to send him a Ryanair joke, and we're talking about he was coming on, and he goes, "Yeah, I might come on, but I'm so tired." That was an hour and 3/4 ago.
It's actually time for us to end the show. So it's been a fun time. Stell looks like he's about to fall asleep in his chair, and he's still at his office, so he's still got to make his way home as well.
Oh, Stell.
I just want to ask you one more question, but I just need to find something.
Ask it.
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Corner pin.
Mate,
Moscow.
That guy must have been drunk, man, for sure.
Oh, mate, no, honestly, mate, he's such a nice guy. The first time I ever came on Will's show, he came on. And then shortly followed by me was Brandon. Brandon came on, surprisingly. And literally, he was just like that. He just talks. Well, when you came in, it was when I was talking. I know when you came in, it was when I was talking about the 61 walkout. And he just literally, but he's a great guy. He just gets very excited, I think.
Well, I mean, on these streams, it happens a lot. People want to say what they want to say. And so instead of listening to what the conversation is, they just kind of jump in there with whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And it changes the mode. But yeah, for me, I try to, that's why I'm quiet a lot of times. Not because I don't have anything to say, but because I don't want to interrupt people that do what they want to do. So, but yeah.
Mate, when he called your name, Brian.
Yeah,
tell Will. I was like,
Will is up there.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
What was your question, Stell, by the way?
Yeah, he's still looking for it.
What is the worst defensive partnership at Tottenham? Sanchez
Whatever?
and Dyer. Wait, I'm going to give you two options.
Okay.
Yeah. This is for everyone to answer. Sanchez and Dyer, or Perry and Gardner.
I used to love Chris Perry
and Gardner.
I used to love Chris Perry.
He was shit, though.
Mate, that's probably worse than that.
He was.
I don't know who Perry or Gardner are.
That's a good thing, mate.
Saying that,
no, it's not a good thing because you know who Dyer and Sanchez is, and that is
okay.
Yeah,
fucking
that's true.
Put it this way. Matt, tell me if this sounds like something Tottenham would do. Anthony Gardner played for Port Vale, but could do the 100 meters in over 10 seconds, just over 11 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't defend, but was fast.
He was
so we went and bought it from Port Vale.
He was 6'5", this guy.
He was 6'5", but could do 100 meters in 11 seconds.
Yeah, and that's why we bought him. Football? Exactly. That's why I ended up at Tottenham, mate.
Technically, he couldn't play football.
Mate, there's what I've seen worse defenders. I've seen worse defenders.
I could have done that in my youth.
Still, do you remember Kevin Scott?
Yeah.
That was a shit defender.
And Luke Young.
Kevin Scott looked like Guile from Street Fighter. mate. Oh my god. And who's the other one? No, one of the worst ones there was that Bunjacevic.
Mate, remember Gary Doherty?
Oh, there you go. I think it was them. It was Bunjacevic and Darren Doherty. That's what I'll do.
When I was in the military, I ran a 5:45 mile.
For a minute there, I thought you were about to say 100 meters in 5:45. I was like, why aren't you at the Olympics?
No.
Or being drug tested regularly?
A mile, 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's incredible.
How's your tackling, Will?
Huh?
How's your defending? How's your tackling?
My tackling's good. I played goalkeeper mostly. I did.
Okay, Brian Hispania Levy's email. I want you to reach out.
I'm too old now.
30-second video of you playing soccer.
Rocha and Gardner.
Oh, Rocha. Fucking hell, you were shocking.
Oh my God.
Far back.
Rocha and Gardner.
Rocha and Gardner.
You got Ramon Vega, mate. We could do a whole show on bad defenders.
Didn't we get
Ramon Vega?
Why do we get so many bad defenders anyway?
Was Rocha from Switzerland?
Steve Hitchin.
Yes. No, I think Rocha was Austrian.
No, I mean even going
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Even going back.
Yeah, Portuguese. What's a load of shit.
I should have kept up with football. I played football for 2 years growing up, but I switched to basketball and American football, and I should have kept because with my height, being 6'5", if I'd have kept being a goalkeeper, I could have made something of myself. To be honest with you, so I was fairly athletic. I mean, I was good enough to walk on to university teams in basketball here in the U.S. So. And then I played tight end in American football, which is a receiver. So I was really good with my hands. I could catch very well. So probably had the skills to make a good keeper. And that's what I play a lot of times in adult league now.
That explains a lot of the sports system in the youth stage in the States don't focus onto one sport, or maybe the kids play too many sports and they get confused what they like in the end of the day or what they choose.
Yeah, we don't specialize until a certain age. They say that a multi-sport athlete is a better athlete, and so they actually promote it here.
However, you can develop more muscular injuries by doing multiple sports at a young age. When you get to 12 to 14, you can develop more issues. So happened to me. I ended up having Osgood-Schlatter's disease. Then I had to have an operation when I was 24 to remove the calcium building in my knee because I did too many different sports as a young kid.
My son's I had Osgood-Schlatter's growing up. It's genetic. My son has it now too on his left leg.
It normally happens in kids that do too many different sports because
he's played nothing but football his entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
It could be genetic too.
Probably a bit of both. Because I was told doing martial arts and playing football is not a good idea.
Well, what for John Fashanu?
It says Nethercott.
Oh Jesus!
Another bad defender.
I do you know what the hatred I have for that man? I was at Ballet. Do you remember the
ballet's good for football players?
Do you remember the Spurs Southampton game with Nethercott Stew? Still, when Jurgen Klinsmann was there and Nethercott went to kick, we were 1-0 up. Sol Campbell got sent off, and in the last minute, Stuart Nethercott went to clear a ball and he missed it, and it just fell to Matt Letizia and he just bang. I hate Stuart Nethercott. I
had Osgood-Schlatter's, but for me, it never really bothered me after I stopped growing. Right, like up until probably like 16, 17. After that, I never felt it again. Never had issues.
Nah, my brother was the same.
So bad.
There's different scales of it. Sometimes it'll just go away once you stop growing, and sometimes you have to get surgery to remove it. It just depends on how bad you get it.
I had big chunks of calcium building in my tendons in the knee. Had to cut it open.
Guys, I'm off.
Yeah,
right,
guys,
Brian.
I'm going as well because I'm talking about operations and I have no idea why. And it's
have a good evening, everyone. Matt, speak to you soon, buddy. Everyone else, see you later on.
Yeah,
see you later.
Time to go for everybody, I think. But good night, Brian.
Yeah, Matty. Good night. God bless. Great show. Keep it up.
Thank you, Seth. Night to you too.
And everybody go subscribe to Matty Hayes' Tottenham blog if you haven't already. I'm sure everybody here is already a subscriber of yours, Matt. But if not, Aussie Tots. Have you ever seen Aussie Tots Bryce in your chat before, Matt?
I haven't. Aussie Tots Bryce, subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, go subscribe to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog if you haven't already.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Aussie Tots, subscribe to my
We do
channel.
get some different peoples in this stream here because of the time. We get a lot of people from Asia, Asian side of the world, so Australia, Asia, stuff like that. So
there's also quite a few people who have seen my stuff and hate me. So there may be a nice balance in there.
So I feel your pain. I'm the exact same way. Like I was watching. The funny part is I was watching the Paxton Road TV show today.
Great show.
They had pretty decent, good viewers today. But the funny part is they kept putting chats on the screen that I couldn't see in the regular chats. I was like, oh, those must be people that have blocked me.
Oh, I know that feeling. All too well.
But which is weird because I haven't blocked them that I know of. If I looked at my block list right now, it only has 6 people on it.
Oh, my block list on YouTube has about 600.
Yeah,
I've been blocked so much that they're going to create a cryptocurrency of me and put me on the blockchain. That I've the amount of blockage that I've. Anyway, I don't care. Eugene, God bless, man.
Yeah.
So Matt Hayes, your fake channel. I've blocked your fake channel.
Good days.
Cricket Records, Masters Weekend, Brandon Reynolds, Daft Duck, Tottenham Fan, Bumblebee, and Stad Nikado. That's the only people I've blocked. So
I have Bumblebee and Daft Duck definitely blocked on mine as well.
Yeah.
Will,
gotta get it.
Thanks for letting me on the show, man.
Anytime, man. You're welcome anytime.
That's one of the funniest shows I've been on.
That's right. Because of Bob dropping the C word in the first half, I've already got a yellow $. Matt knows what that is, so I'm gonna have to go clip it and re-upload it.
What is that?
You gotta charge Bob for that.
Is that no good?
Yeah.
It just means that I can only get money from YouTube Prime members and super chats.
They don't put ads in the video because Bob did a boo-boo.
Yeah, because Bob brought the C word a couple times.
So you gotta edit it.
Explain that to me. Are there people actually watching every video, or did the
no?
algorithm?
It's just a computer that listens for certain keywords.
It's automated captions and stuff.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
And so, like even midstream, that's when it went. Because like when I usually turn on the $ before I go live, and then this is the first time that I've ever gotten a yellow $ out of all of my streams.
The only time I've ever got yellow $ is when Marcelo's on my watch along.
No doubt it. Don't doubt it.
So that means now we have to watch what we say.
It's not about watching what you say. So like, okay, so your basic curse words, if they're after the 10-minute mark, you can get away with it most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are rare occasions, but when you start throwing out words, certain keywords like the C word, Hitler, other things like that, that'll chop it off.
Okay.
Can I just say, because you just said the word Hitler, and so have I, does that mean you're going to get 2 more yellow things?
No, you can only get it on one thing. Like it's already been.
Okay.
So the video is still play. Like you can't get your video kicked off of YouTube unless you're like saying hate speech. You can't get your video kicked off of YouTube for that. But what it does is it reduces the monetization. So it doesn't mean no ads will show, but the majority of advertisers prefer to not be on explicit videos. And so it just reduces the number of ads that you have. So
I don't want to have super chats on Tottenham Away because you've got Brian and me on the same channel. It's just we're gonna just it's gonna be
because you're saying though if you like I said right here. So one super chat is worth about 1,000 views. One $5 super chat is worth about 1,000 views. And so if people throw in super chats, the fact that this video can no longer earn ad revenue, the super chats actually help out more because I still get the super chat ad revenue. I just don't get the ad revenue. So like super chats far outweigh ad revenue, 100%. Yeah,
1,000,000%.
So but hold on a minute. So when you've got a big channel like Arsenal Fan TV.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me they make more from super chats than what they do from ad revenue?
100%.
They've got no way, Will.
Yeah,
they make more from sponsorships than they would from ad revenue. Is the worst, is the least money you'll ever make off YouTube. You've got sponsorships, channel members, super chats, and all that. So much more.
But I read that Arsenal Fan TV makes just under £2 million per year.
Sure.
Well, that is, I think. I remember I saw a big article about that what you're on about. That's from Social Blade, where they kind of estimate all the monetization and stuff like that. But the amount you'd make off every view depends on your CPM, which relies on so many different things, including like the niche that you're in. So that kind of
country
average,
that you're in.
Yeah, the country. Every little thing you could possibly think of affects that. So you could have like a finance channel could have a $20 CPM, where their channel would generate $20 per 1,000 views, whereas a channel in a kind of lesser niche like the niche that we're in, it's a much lower CPM. So that's kind of taking the average. So they wouldn't. I doubt they'd be anywhere near 2,000 or 2 million a year on ad revenue.
So where's the money coming from then?
I think that's overall revenue, right? That includes all the sponsors and all
you
that.
said that was just YouTube revenue only, not including sponsorship. Listen, it's
yeah,
an article.
That's a very vague estimate.
I don't know how good the source is, but whoever.
Not 2 million. I went through Wikipedia to look at AFTV. They do about £1.2 million or
See,
dollars
that's crazy.
per year.
That's crazy for. I mean, how?
For a
Where's
YouTube
that money
channel.
coming from?
Bro, they've got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
The ads,
views. When you get, so like I think my
I thought
CPM
super
right now
chats
is like
are better than ads.
$5 or $6 every 1,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more than mine. God.
And then let me check here what it is right now. And it's higher because I would suspect, Matt, it's because it's the UK. So like my US CPM is far higher than my UK CPM.
Actually, no, just my CPM's around 550 as well.
Yeah.
It used to be lower.
And so for me, that's so if your videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views every time, that adds up real quick, right? So when you're a big channel like that, ad revenue definitely plays a part. But the super chats are far more. Like there's a channel here in the US, it's a political channel. They have 1 million subscribers, but their super chats, I mean, the guy streams 5 days a week, 2 hours a night, and the super chats are like $100 a pop. For 2 hours. I mean, they just keep coming. They're rolling in.
YouTube.
I mean, that guy clears $20,000 a day. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. But anyway, the folks watching the show probably aren't interested in all the YouTube analytics.
Viewership currently at -4.
Will,
my RPM is $7.
Tell us how to start a website, Will. How would you do a website?
If you guys, people are really interested in this, Awesome All says, "Hey lads, did you block me too?" No, I didn't block you. Super Chat makes more with likes, subs, views combined. No, Super Chat makes the same regardless of the number. And CPM is cost per milli. So that's cost per 1,000 views is what CPM stands for. But like, so your one Super Chat, like these 3 Super Chats here was worth 1,000 views for me. Pretty much. More than 1,000 views. So that's why we really appreciate the Super Chats and the memberships as well. So.
All right. On this note, I really am now. Will, Eugene,
Yeah.
May, love you both.
Good night.
All 3 of you. Even.
Good morning.
Both.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning and happy Father's Day to all of you. Even if you don't have kids,
happy
happy
Father's Day
anyway.
too, yeah.
Night, so.
I am going to
Night,
good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody go subscribe to I think that's the average worldwide for views. It depends on the niche that you're in. Some things are as low as $1. Some things are as high as $5.
So
no, they're saying you're doing luxury goods, right? Like LV and Chanel and all that.
Views.
They get very high CPMs.
60,000.
CPM is not what the creator makes either, though.
RPM is what the creator makes.
Yeah, RPM is revenue per milli, which is what the creator will actually get. Because YouTube take their share of ad revenue.
Yeah, and I'm sitting at 7. My RPM is actually higher than my CPM.
Yeah, I think that'll always be the case.
Super chats, memberships, and all that other stuff. Yeah.
See you so.
See you so. Yeah.
Good night, guys. Thank you, guys, folks. And remember that you do help the channel by doing all that stuff. That's why we're talking about it. So just remember that, especially on videos where there's a lot of cursing, your super chat helps make up for that. So go ahead and throw those in there.
All right.
But Matt, thanks for joining the show. I know it's super late for you. Luckily, it's a Sunday, and just for your luck, as soon as the stream ends, the Twitter sphere is going to start banging off with some news that you need to report, and you're going to be too tired and hungover to report it. So.
Oh, I definitely will be. You know. What are you doing to me, Will?
You got trapped here today.
Got trapped, but that's good. No, we appreciate you coming on, man.
It was a good trap.
And
absolutely, my pleasure.
For all the people that are watching, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like on that. That helps push the video out to other people as well. So we appreciate it. And guys, I've changed my outro. Instead of stay strong, it's now stay sane, stay Spurs, and we'll see you guys next time.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go now.